What's going on? Good morning. What's going on, Bull? Good to see you, TJ. Good to see you, brother. Freeway, always a pleasure. Good to see you. Dewana. I can't help but singing every time I see your name. Dewana. Nita's Cooking Show. There we go. Hey, hey. Good to see you, Nita. Camille. Brian. Brian. I'm going, Camille. Good morning. Fuck, it's been so long since I've done this. I don't know how to do it anymore. My mouth ain't working, boys and girls. Let me tell you. Oh, it's been what? About 6 weeks? 7 weeks? Something like that? Holy shit, man. Where have you guys been? Jim, good to see you, brother. How are you, man? Oh, as you can see, man, it is cold and rainy here. It's balmy 14 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is. It's probably like 29, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Moto, good to see you, man. Love what you're doing, brother. Love what you're doing. Kind of got me kicked into gear again. Moto, watching you over the last week or so. I've been fairly absent from YouTube and all social media for that matter, actually. And, I just recently started tuning in about a week ago, maybe a little more than that, just to channels. I went through my channel and got rid of a lot of shit that I was looking at that I didn't really need to be looking at. It was just taking up time and wasting time in my life. And, it's time that you're wasting that you'll never get back. And so I got rid of all that. But Dean, you're one that I watch religiously. 2 4s in the door. Sneaky little bastard got in. Somebody left the gate open again. But yeah, Dean, so I've been watching you over the last week and getting your invites when you go live, and I've been getting them. And I really do appreciate that, my friend. I really do. Thank you. But it's like, okay, let's hiatus is over. Business is done. Everything that's supposed to be working is working. Everybody that's supposed to be working is working. Everything that's supposed to be going on right now is going on. So today's Sunday. Let's take a breath and let's sit back and relax a bit. Dirty Curdy, how you doing there, Curtis? 28 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's cold. Well, it's not cold. It's not, but it's. I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a hoodie here. Holler, good to see you, brother. It's been 6 weeks, dude. I hope you're not sitting on the side of the fucking road again. Will, how is Canada? Well, where I live in Alberta, sweetheart, we've had like rain for the last 2 weeks almost. I think we've had one good day, right? One good day of weather where we were, like summer, and the rest of it is it's been shit. It really has. It's been rain. It rains every night. Now, mind you, we've been getting some spectacular thunderstorms, and that's really good. We've been appreciating that, but it's just a pain in the ass. It really is. Like I'm wound up for summer, and I'm getting my ass soaked every day. I like trucking. What's going on? I like trucking. I don't, mind you, I've been away a while, but I don't recognize the name. Wait, were you somebody else? Did you change your name? Oh, yeah, you don't know Toronto anymore? I don't want to know Toronto anymore. That is a chill. I know you've been gone a minute. Nice break anyway. Well, you get overwhelmed. You get tired. You run out of shit to say. Like, Moto, like, you got to know what I'm talking about. Eventually you run out of shit to say. All right. And unlike you, and I appreciate the way you do it, but unlike you, like, I don't bring a lot of I don't bring a lot of guests on, and I don't do that kind of thing. So when you've got other guests on, you know, that fills the gap. But when you do it the way I do it, man, you know, and you know, I was doing 4 or 5 hours at a pop. Well, that's a lot of jabbering. You know, your brain runs out of shit to say, man. I'm waiting on the overpass, baby. Oh, okay, I got it. I know who you are. There we go. Gotcha. We've only had 1 day of rain here in the last 45 days last week. It didn't get above 70 that day. Oh, geez. Let me tell you, Bull, I would love to have that. My idea, like my ideal weather for all year round is easily about 70 degrees. 70 degrees all year round. I'd be the happiest cowboy in the world. I really would. Oh, sorry, you know what? I'm just stretching. I don't know what's going on here. Do me a favor, folks. Looks like there's about 27, 2080 is in here. If you don't mind, hit the like button. I'm not begging anybody for a sub, but, you know, if you don't mind, throw a like up. Yeah, Holler, I am. I'm doing really well. Doing really well. Basically kind of just took some time off and spent some time with my girl as much as I could. Of course, she's working as well. And to prioritize a few things in my life, right? Prioritize. And a lot of that comes with getting a little bit older and hopefully a little bit wiser and not being so quick to jump at everything that I see. So I just, yeah, man, I just kind of took some time and that's what I've been doing. I just took some time and put some things in order. Like I said, I unsubbed from a bunch of people. And I looked at it in this sense, right? And this was some really good advice that was given to me just a little while ago. And I took the advice, and it was like, somebody said, Brian, if you've got 60 people in your life and there's chaos, it can't all be you. Now, mind you, in my case, sometimes it can, right? But go through the people in your life that aren't bringing any value, that don't bring anything to your life, except every time you either talk to them or see them, there's a problem, there's an issue, there's chaos, there's bullshit, and just start to slowly, you know, weed them out. And then once you get down to a number where there's people in your life that are actually bringing something to your life, that actually add value to your life. And then they turned it around and said to me, says, and what type of man or type of person are you? Right? When you're dealing and interacting with people mostly on a social level, are you the type of person that sits there and just bullshit and this and that, or do you bring any kind of value to somebody's life? I had to think about that. I really did. I had to think about that. Like, and you know what? There's some people that I've let go of that, you know, that I thought that I considered pretty good friends. But when I sit there and I think back as to what do these people bring into my life? Nothing. You know, when I'm finished talking to them, or I'm finished dealing with them, or if I'm sitting there and I have to roll my eyes and take a deep breath and recenter myself, there's something wrong. So that's kind of the deal of what I've been doing, you know, kind of the deal of what I've been doing. And it's along the same analogy. You guys tired of looking outside here? Let's turn this around. There we go. Sorry, I'm gonna have a glare on my glasses. There's nothing I can do about it. And it's along the same analogy of a bar. You take a bar, right? And then it's the bar of life, right? And in the bar is rocking. You've got people of all sorts all over the place in this bar. So what type of person are you in this bar? right? There's generally two types of people in life, in the bar. There's the guy that's sitting at the bar and he's surrounded by, 5, 10, whatever people, and this one time, and I had to kick this guy's ass, and you should see this. Oh, I make this much money, blah, blah, blah. There's those types of people. And I've been guilty of being that type of person. Or are you the type of person that is sitting in the corner, right? Are you the one sitting in the corner quietly, maybe with a friend or two, and you're just chit-chatting but that person is sitting there, and if you watch them, they're watching everybody else. They're looking, they're observing, they're learning, they're adapting, they're improvising thoughts. And usually about 1 o'clock in the morning in the bar, usually about 1 o'clock something in the morning in the bar, some guy decides to put his hand on the wrong girl and shit goes sideways, right? Every time. It doesn't matter. Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for? Who are you looking at? Are you looking for that big old big mouth dude that's sitting at the bar with all the friends and the youth, and he's got the dollar bills out and he's buying the drinks and he's talking and this and that and there? Or are you looking for that guy that was solely just sitting in the corner there minding his own business? I'm looking for that quiet guy. The dangerous guy is that quiet guy sitting in the corner. He knew shit was going sideways before it ever happened. Just a little thought. That's just kind of what I've been doing and dealing with. Instead of being the loud one and coming on here every single day, right? And just blah, 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 and talking of nothing, of bullshit, try to add some value. Try to add a little value to something. If you're sitting here watching this, hopefully you'll get something of value out of this, right? You may not. I don't know. So, there's enough bullshit for the morning. Let's go back and look at some comments. Holy shit. Here we go. On the clear, normal days, sunny, 85 to 90, typically 55, 65 at night. I see that's 85 to 90 bull is too hot for me. It is. It's just, I'm not good with that. You got a storm there going. Yeah, I've had to do some prioritizing. I've had a lot going on. I've only slept in the truck twice in the last 6 weeks. I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't slept in a truck in a couple of months. It's quite nice, actually. I kind of like sleeping in my own bed every night. My father always told me, if you're a friend with everyone, you aren't being true to someone. Good advice. I'm a little egg roll. Love the name, brother. Love the name. Yeah, you need proper sleep time. I do. 3 nights in the last 6 weeks. Okay, well, you're off by a day. There you go. Yeah, you guys do me a favor. Say whatever you want to me. Just, Kamales just put something up there saying, be respectful to each other. Just get along. You can say whatever you want to me. I don't care. That's all good. But just be respectful with each other. I'd appreciate that. I probably could do a solo live unless I'm doing a project on a bike or something. Just good to hear. Hey, man, thanks, Dean. Appreciate that, man. Looking handsome? You think so? Dude, I'm decked out for fucking comfort today. Jeans, a hoodie, and a t-shirt. That's all we're wearing. Wow, you're looking great. You must be on the carnivore diet. No, I like trucking. I am not on a carnivore diet, but I am down pounds and I am feeling very good. I have not been on any type of diet. All I've done is, and not even really done this, but I've just been very cautious of what I've been putting in my body, right? And to the shock of many, including myself and Victoria, I've actually been eating vegetables, okay? I've been eating vegetables. Well, I'm not going to say I've been eating vegetables, but I make them for her. And like the other night, I had a Brussels sprout. One. Now, I covered it in cheese, but I still ate the Brussels sprout, okay? So, no carnivore diet, no diets. If I had to guess, I don't have a scale in my house. So if I had to guess, I'd say I'm somewhere around about 225, between 225 and 230, which for me is okay. I'd like to get down a little lower, but I'm not trying. If it happens, it happens. Dude, I am so sick and tired of listening to people talk about their diets and their this and their that and their, you know what, people, if you're killing yourself just to control a little bit of weight and you're, you know, justifying every single little thing that you have to put in your body, you're doing something wrong. You really are. That's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Okay. But if you can't see that there's certain aspects of your life physically that are starting to, you know, get out of hand, you know, and you can't control that naturally with diet, with food, because that's what's causing your problem. Food, right? Too much of it, lack of it, whatever. That's what's causing your problem. So if you're one of those, and you have to go on a strict carnivore diet, or you have to go on a strict vegan diet, or you have to go on a strict, the word diet, if you have to go on a diet, period, you know what? Just adjust your diet, just adjust your food, adjust your menu as to what you're doing. That's all we've done. Teeths. Camille, that's awesome. Teeths are back. Yes, they are. And I am still learning how to use them. I'm trying to manage to eat and talk and not bite my own tongue off. My poor tongue has taken such a beating over the last month or so. I've bitten my tongue, the inside of my lip, the inside of my mouth. The inside of my mouth is just all beat to shit just from me chewing on it. Just trying. Every time I try something, now I have not yet tried corn on the cob. Not yet. Working our way up to that. Like, it's one of those things where you don't just put these things in your mouth and go jump out and start eating corn on the cob. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, it's kind of nice. Talking. You thought I talked funny before. Like this, I've had these for a while now. So I'm talking a lot better than when I first got them. Oh my God. When I first got them, it was like, bloop, bloop. It was horrible. Now we're talking a little better as well. Okay, Nita, I'm looking at the comments. Is this AI? Not in your life. Demonetized, good to see you, man. Long time, eh? Crag Rack, good to see you, brother. Way over there overseas, across the pond. Good to see you, man. Wheelbutter, I'm guessing you do, but does Alberta have huckleberries? Our growth of huckleberries here this year is excellent and early. Usually don't see them until a week from now. I don't know if we have huckleberries. I'll be honest with you, Bull, I don't know, man. My ex-wife is like a hanger name. I pulled the ring and the house was going. Jeff, pretty good. Sick bastard, good to see you. Damn, it's good to see you. Like I see you every morning. Like I said earlier, I've been watching Moto a lot more, and you are always there. And I've been. When Moto goes live, a bunch of you do it. You and Carney and all go live at the same time. But I seem to get Moto's notification first. So, but good to see you, man. Good to see you. I was. It's funny, you guys were talking about bikes the other day. Well, you're talking about bikes every freaking day, right? But you were talking about bikes the other day, and you were talking about, you know, your helmets, your jackets, and everything. And I put a comment in there, and it was really funny because I had just taken that jacket off. I've got an old riding jacket, and bastard, you know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm going with this. But I've got this old riding jacket. It has to be at least 35 years old. Minimum. How it still fits me is beyond me. And I never patched it. Never put patches on it. Never put buttons or anything on it, right? But the only thing I did do is about a year ago, I think it was about a year, Eric, something like that. About a year ago, Six sent me up a button, right? Just a small button, and it was really, really nice. And it's the only button I put on that jacket. And it was just ironic that while you guys were talking about that, I was taking the jacket off. Talk about timing. My ex-wife is like a hand grenade. I pulled the ring and the house was gone. That one's getting a little old, Jeff. Try something else. I am still small and skinny. Well, I'm big and not so skinny. I'm pretty sure this is AI, but but it's hard to say. What do you need to do to prove it ain't AI? If someone is diabetic, they have to watch what they consume, unfortunately. You know what? Bull, I'm not saying that, obviously some people are diabetic, some people are got thyroid, some people, there are exceptions, but I'm just talking about the average Joe like me. Okay. I'm not saying, anybody that's got a true medical condition, of course you're exempt, but I'm just talking about guys like me that, that just go through life and consume everything that's ever put in front of us, and I eat it and don't give a damn, and you pay for it, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm shopping at Great Value right now. I don't think we have Great Value up here. About time you eat at least one green veggie. Oh, let me tell you, Jeff, it was rough getting that down. So far in the last couple of weeks, I've had beans, like green beans, Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprout was sick, disgusting. And then the next morning, like my girl loves Brussels sprouts. So the next morning, I actually fried them up in garlic butter and gave them to her friend, whatever. No, it wasn't the next morning. It was for lunch the next day. I fried them up in garlic butter and brought her lunch at work and everything. And let me tell you, it stunk. It was like that sauerkraut. Remember that day that we fried the sauerkraut in the house and it stunk and I couldn't go in the house? Well, this is like, I left the house for about an hour to go have lunch with Victoria, and I came back and the house stunk. It was gross. I had to open up the front back door, air the place out. It is so gross. Bag of Brussels sprouts. Like trucking for $5. $5. Well, you know what? I've already got there's more Brussels sprouts already at the house, and I'll be eating them. I do hate them, but I will be eating them. There is an element. I did go recently for my full physical, right? My annual, not my DOT, but just my annual full physical with my doctor. And there were elements that I needed to, and vegetables. Some of the proteins and minerals and everything in vegetables was one of them that I needed to I needed to get up. So I'm working my way up slowly. Okay, like last week it was beans. This week will be Brussels sprouts. Next week, I hate to say it, this is going to be disgusting, but there's cauliflower at the house. We might be doing a little cauliflower this week, right? Little cauliflower. You'll hear me yakking and gagging and grossing out over it, probably from wherever you're perched. How's things, brother? I'm in recovery after surgery. P.S. Susie reckons your voice has got sexier with the teeth in. You better look out, buddy. I'm going to show up at your door with a case of Iron Brew in my teeth. You're going to lose her. Look out. Guard dog, what's up, old man? And chat, dog, good to see you, man. Good to see you. There's not a lot been going on, Johnny. I've been sitting back, reflecting, and just making some changes. And when I say changes, I don't mean changes in my business. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. We're not gonna talk about. We don't talk about business here anymore. We'll talk trucking if you want to talk trucking. We'll talk shit like that, but we're not talking anything about business. What's going on? But I've been making some changes in my life, and I've been enjoying it. And why shouldn't I? Right? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I sit back and relax and enjoy some of the fruits of my labor? Susie, just me, a denim cut from scratch. She just got you a denim cut from scratch. Cool. Hey, Tolga's in the house. What's going on, Tolga? Tolga, why are you not blue? It's showing that you are, but you're not blue. Why are you? Oh, Tolga, why are you not blue, Tolga? I don't know why you're not blue. You should be blue. Camille is blue. Tolga, you should be blue. Isn't Great Value Walmart? Dude, I don't know. Who the hell can keep up with it all? It won't be long before everything's Walmart, TJ. Oh, by the way, Brian, my buddy John will be in Tofield next week with the Iron Brew. No kidding. Well, send him over. They're looking pretty natural. You like that? Okay. They're working. Let me tell you, they freaking work. I bite down on something. I know it. My veggies consist of everything, including salsa. Well, you know, I guess I can say that because I eat a lot of salsa and a lot of pico de gallo and shit like that. But do I eat a lot of veggies? No. No, I don't. And garlic. Oh, there's garlic in our house. TJ, if I took you right now into my kitchen, okay, we buy garlic by the bushel, right? Like by the bag. And right now there's a dish on our thing that holds the garlic. There are 2 bushels of garlic sitting in there. That is how much garlic we use. It probably explains why I don't have any vampires around and why I'm fairly healthy at this time. Tolga, you are now blue. There you go. Reflecting and thinking. So that's what the smell is coming up for. Yeah, that's what that is. That was you smelt the burning, did you, Johnny? I'm not blue. Exact Crag Rat, why are you not blue? There you go. Sorry about that, bro. Still haven't tried Iron Brew. You don't know what you're missing. You really don't know what you're missing with Iron Brew. It is a shit. It really is. It is so good. Do cauliflower cheese. Well, Crag Rat, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't eat a vegetable plain. Okay? Like, let's be realistic here, okay? I ate beans, and I did the beans in garlic butter. Did I roast them? Like, bake them? No. This time I didn't bake them, but I do them in like garlic. I will never eat a vegetable plain. Okay, I won't eat it plain. Like you won't serve me a plate of cauliflower and it's just sitting there, you know, it's been steamed and I eat that. That will never happen. Okay, I have to put something on it. And I find that melted cheese is the go-to for every vegetable, right? So you can put cheese on just about everything. And I do. So when I say I'm eating my vegetables, yeah, I'm eating my vegetables, but don't kid yourself, okay? Don't kid yourself for a minute. They are well slathered and well covered with cheese sauce or melted cheese. Bull, it is a soda. Yeah, it's an orange drink. Bull, I don't know what you can compare it to because there's really nothing like it. Like you can go with Orange Crush or Fanta or something like that. But it's got a very distinguished flavor. I think you can get it in the States, but it's not readily available. It's not everywhere. Make the cauliflower into mashed potatoes. Actually tasty. Now, I've seen that done, and I've had it done, and I've eaten it, and somebody was trying to trick me, trying to get me to eat it, and go, oh, it's just some mashed potatoes. And then they bake it. What they do is they make it, they mash it all up with butter and garlic and all some shit, put it in a pan, or in a baking tray, and then they put it in the oven and they bake it and they put a little cheese on top of it. I picked that off in under 5 seconds. 5 seconds, I knew that wasn't mashed potatoes. Who are you trying to fool here? Like, if you're gonna pull one on me, at least pull one on me. Right? Make it original. Make it good. Making your cauliflower into mashed potatoes and then feeding it to me and thinking I'm going to eat it? Nah, I don't think so. Hi, love from Jamie. What? from Jamie some Carroll from England. Ooh, we got two Brits here. We got two Brits. Jamie Gayton from England, and we got Craig Rat from England. I'm expecting to see Robert. I was talking with Robert last night, Tyke Truckin'. Where was he? I think he was on Motos. Was he on Motos Live last night? And I was briefly chit-chatting quickly with Robert last night. It was damn good to see him. Damn good to see him. He's one of the people that I've missed. TJ, you're another one that I miss. I miss chatting with you and shooting the shit with you. It's what it is as well as I'm finding people that I have more in common with as well, right? When I find people that I have something in common with, whether it be the love of cars, motorcycles, cigars, trucks, whatever. When I found that a lot of the people I don't have a lot in common with, again, aren't bringing any value to my life, and I'm not really bringing anything to theirs, so why are we having a relationship, right? It's like having a bad ex-wife. I was talking about being in this live stream and referring it to shopping at Great Value. You made the comment about Great Value. Oh, okay. Sorry, Moto, like, brain ain't working, dude. I haven't done this in 7 weeks, so the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm actually talking and I'm amazed that there's even 20 people in here. Absolutely amazed that there's at least 20 people in here. How? I don't know. Because my channel is flat. Right? After 7 weeks of not posting a damn thing, your channel pretty much goes flat. And right now my channel is like flat. Dave Edwards, good to see you. Morning, kids. Good to see you. Got your request yesterday. Damn good to see you, David. Damn good to see you. You know what? David's I need to phone you. I have to take up something with you. Not in a negative bad way. Right? Not in a negative bad way, but I believe I need to have a talk with you, and I think we're going to do that this afternoon. If you're available, just let me know. Brian, sir, give Tolga his own managing moderator wrench. I give him the standard one, but he should have the managing one. I did. Let's just double check that on Tolga, though. Okay, let's do this. Tolga. My apologies. Tolga. There you go. Sorry about that, Tolga. Carol from Carol in England. Carol from Carol. Mashed potatoes with garlic butter, onion, and cheese. Now you're talking my language. Now you're talking my language. That's how you eat mashed potatoes. Garlic, chopped red onion in there. Garlic, butter, onion, and cheese. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. I told you, people, come back. Hit the like. Yeah, do me a favor. Hit that like button, man. I know there's not a lot of yous in here. There's 17 of yous in here and 15 likes, and I appreciate every single one of those. I really do. So, yeah, just hit the like. Yeah, I'm on my phone, Tolga, but it doesn't work in live. Okay, so I took care of it for you. Susie has the 3-liter bottle of Iron Brew open and sipping with a grin on her face. That grin on her face is because she's thinking about me and my teeth, dude. You know it. Oh. So here we are sitting in a car. And like, people wonder, why do you sit in your car? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I can do these from my house, but I can't smoke in the house. I don't smoke in the house. Whether I'm smoking a cigar or smoking a cigarette, I can't smoke in the house. And I don't have the ability to build a studio outside. So, you know, I can do it from inside, but I'd be leaving every 45 seconds, right, to go light up a smoke or smoke a cigar. Is that what that is, Bull? If your channel goes dormant for a while, the blue wrenches go away. Not sure why. That makes sense. That makes sense. They go away because of the algorithm. Okay, well, you know what? I wasn't aware of that. See, there's shit I don't know. Really, there's shit even I don't know. Brian, did you get the photo of the grave site? Not sure about that one, man. Not sure about that one. Not sure if I got a couple of photos. I got a couple of messages from you. Oh, by the way, the wheelburnerexpress@gmail.com is working. So if you need to get hold of me for any reason, you can drop messages that it is working again. And I do have full control of it. So feel free to do that. If you like what you're seeing, that's fine. If you don't like what you're seeing, let me know. Tech crap is tricky. Guard dog, well, you're ahead of the ball on a lot of that, right? Because that's kind of your gig and you're into guys like me, man. Like, I hate to say it, but I am so far behind in the tech world. I really am. You know, I can turn my laptop on. I can turn the computer on. I can do this and that, but do I have the savvy, say that you do, Johnny, to do stuff on that computer and look this, that, look up the blip, 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 blip? No. No, really, I don't. Like, I've got a project coming up, and I'll be honest with you, I need my girl to help me with it on the computer because there's certain sheets and spreads and this and that and for presentation's sake and shit like that I'm going to need, and I don't know how to do it. I'd like to learn how to do it, and I will take the time to learn, and she's going to have to be patient with me, but I don't have the ability right now to do that kind of stuff, right? Really, I don't. Do I want to? Not necessarily, but it seems that at this point in my life and the world around us, I'm going to have to, right? You got no choice. You can either be dragged in, kicking and screaming, which is me right at this point, or you can just surrender yourself and go, okay, I'm going to have to, you're going to have to do it, man. Tolga's getting old. Tolga, you look like a 16-year-old kid. You could be 80 years old and you might look 25. Just so you're aware, for the last 3 years, Tolga has been sitting back planning and plotting to take over the world. Now, I know that he's not advertising it in anymore, but I know when you don't see him around and he's doing this and that, it's because things in the world are changing, and it's because of Tolga. Tolga is plotting to take over the world one day, so everybody in here better be kissing his ass. Oh, Brian, stop laughing. You're turning Susie on. Hey, man, do what you got to do, right? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Yeah, we lost Aussie. But come on, 2-4, like, that guy's been hanging on the end of that twig, just hanging there for how many years? And what did he make it to? 71? 71 years old? Dude, he wasn't supposed to make it to like fucking 37, never mind 71. You know, that's incredible that Ozzy Osbourne lived to be 71. Is it a shame? Yeah, of course it's a shame. Was he going to put out any more relevant music? Right? That's what I look at. And I think, you know, like when Stevie Ray died, was Stevie Ray, you know, at an age where he still was relevant in the blues and the rock genre? And was he able to, probably going to be putting out a whole lot more music and be relevant? Yeah. Is Ozzy really going to be too relevant? No. Is it a shame when somebody passes away? Of course it is. But you know what? 71 by these standards these days is not old. But when you think about the years and the life that he packed into 71 years, he realistically, that's about 151, not 71. Only because you sought out the knowledge. Well, you know what, dog? That's where I'm at now. I've got no choice. So I can't go, excuse me, I can't go kicking and screaming. I'm going to have to learn. I really am. Luckily for me, Victoria is very savvy with a computer and with general technology, very savvy, and I don't have to go very far to get it. Just I'll sit on my couch. You want help? Let me know. We can remote connect. You know what? I'll take anything. Are you trucking yet? David, I have not been in it. Am I trucking? Am I in the trucking business? Yes. Am I trucking myself? No. And very happily not doing it. Okay. Very happily not doing it. Do I miss the highway? And do I miss driving? Yes, I do. A lot. Right? You don't take a career as long as mine and then stop doing it and not have that, you know, oh. But have I found other ventures that have kept me very busy? Yes. Do I have any plans to get back into a truck? Only in an emergency. If something else happens or if something happens, a driver, whatever like that, and I have to get into a truck, then of course I will. But am I in any hurry to get into one? Nope. Nope. I still have Ozzy's youth photo poster on my wall. My God. I had, okay, on one side of as a teenager, right, on one side of my bedroom, there was the posters of Catherine Bach, Cheryl Tiegs, Cheryl Ladd, Farrah Fawcett, that kind of shit. And on the other wall, there was Sabbath, Kiss, Ozzy, AC/DC. It was one of those, you walked into my bedroom and you didn't know which wall to look at, right? As a kid, you'd be looking over here and you'd be looking at half naked women hanging on there. And you look on the other wall and you want to bang your head, right? So I thought he was 76. Okay, maybe he's 76. 71, 70. Well, we made it to 76. Tolga is Brain from Pinky and the Brain. Take over the world. Hulk Hogan was 71. Okay, there you go. Hogan was 71. You know what? Same thing with Hogan, Hulk Hogan. Well, actually, no, I'm surprised. He had cardiac arrest. He basically had a massive heart attack, I think, right? So Hogan died. Ozzy died. What's his name? Malcolm Jamal Warner. He died. They're dropping. They're dropping like flies. Don't forget the like button if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Camille. Appreciate that. I can call it as luck for sure. I'm surrounded with a bunch of dead politician graves in my city. Brainstem, not Pinky. It's animated cartoon. Brain wants to take over the world. There you go. Brian wants to take over the world too. I'm gonna have to hook up with Tolga. Oh man. Ah yes, I know it's perfectly. It's not surprising because I know it very well. Harry Belafonte. See, now I didn't hear about Harry. People are dying in their 70s. See, that's surprising. You know, because 70 these days is not old. Really, it's not, man. Like 70 years. Now, you look at a case like Ozzy, like I said, the guy's 76, but he's got 150 years worth of life packed into that 76 years. Same with Hogan. 71, his body was beat. His body was done. Could he have lived a little longer? Probably. But who knows? But again, there's a guy who lived a good life. Did he have some financial problems? Yeah. His mistake, his problems. You know, bad investing, bad ideas, bad women, bad whatever. A bad woman will make you broke faster than a bad financial decision. Let me tell you that. Ozzy's been old since 60, like you say. He packed in age times 2. Well, Bull agreed. Agreed. Harry Belafonte, though, on the other hand, I don't know, how old was he when he died? It's not like he was a hard rocker and a hard player, right? I don't see Harry Belafonte trashing too many hotel rooms and throwing TVs out the window and, snorting lines of coke and living hard. Who knows? You could say the same. You would think the same thing about Ray Charles, but Ray Charles, before he died, he cleaned himself up and everything. But Ray Charles lived a hard life as well. But you'd never know it by, because of the genre of music that he was in or the type of guy that he was. Oh, I nailed the coffee this morning. I nailed the coffee this morning. There is huge wildfires here, by the way. 2 cities already affected at the Black Sea side, but 10 of them under red alert conditions. Props to the firefighters, but situation seemed pretty wild. You know what? We've been lucky. That sucks, Tolga. That sucks. But I live in a province where wildfires run every year. Every single year, wildfires hit this province. They decimate probably about a quarter of the province, the northern province. It doesn't usually get down here where I am, but it's we've already had towns evacuated and not cities, but small towns and bigger towns evacuated. Last year we lost a provincial park like Jasper, pretty much got burnt to the ground. But with all the rain we've had over the last 2 weeks, usually at this time, like if I turn the camera around, like it would look like it's foggy, but it's not foggy, right? It's actually the smoke that comes down. You can smell it and it's everything like that. But with all the rain we've had in all the province, it's actually been quite good. It's been very helpful to the firefighters, and those guys are earning their money. They are earning their money. Whatever they're getting paid, it's not enough. Those guys that are up actually on the ground. I'm not talking about the guys flying the water bombers and the choppers and all that. Yes, they're doing a great job. Absolutely, they're doing a great job. But it's those guys that are on the ground dealing with the ground fires, the ground brush, rescuing people, trying to rescue people's houses and everything like that. It's those people there that are earning their money and that are not paid enough. Like, you could not pay me enough to put on 85 pounds of gear and walk around and basically do what they do. That's just not enough. So props up to them. The next generations of addicts will have to snort Aussie ashes to get high. Well, you see what's going to happen any day now, Craig, right? You're going to hear that they did the autopsy on Aussie and they found the cure to every known disease on earth. It's in there. He's got them all because nothing killed him, right? Nothing killed him. Well, something killed him, but same with Keith Richards. I believe Keith Richards is probably gonna, when he dies, they're gonna cut him open and they're gonna find the cure to everything, because there is nothing that guy hasn't done. If he can light it on fire, he'll smoke it. If it's liquid, he's drank it. If it's fucking edible, he's stuck it in his mouth and eaten it. I mean, it is just unreal what Keith Richards has done, and Ozzy's on the same level. So yeah, I'm surprised. I won't be surprised if all of a sudden you find out that the cure to everything that known to man is out there. Stephanie, look at you, girl. Long time, Stephanie. Well, I was gonna say, where have you been? But it's not been you. It's been me. I've been on hiatus. I've been out wandering the world trying to figure out what's wrong. And you know what? The conclusion I came to? There's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is take care of my little part of the world where I am. They already lost 10 firefighters. That sucks. That does suck. It's a shame when you hear about a firefighter or any EMT, right? Firefighters, cops, paramedics, any of those guys. When you hear about any of those guys and they're out doing their job and they're on duty and they're saving people and they're working to save this and that and they lose their life for it, that one hits especially hard, right? That one hits especially hard. Hiatus is good. Yeah, it is. It's the same for the soldiers, tech, cops, as we globally. None of these professions ain't related with money, salary levels for sure. No, Tolga, I agree. I agree. Like, we've talked at length on this channel about, military personnel and what they're paid compared to what they're asked to do. Like, are you out of your mind? They're out there doing what they do so that I can live the life that I live. And are you out of your fucking mind? And you think they make enough money? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the shameful part of that, and we're talking, and we can even, it's not just military, but we can bunch in like the cops and the paramedics and the firefighters. A lot of these guys, after a long career or after, an extended career, they come home or they get back to their province, state, city, whatever, and they've got issues, right? They've seen things that you and I don't see. They've had to deal with mentally things that you and I don't see, and they need help. And are they afforded that help? Are they given that help? No. Maybe they are, but not to the degree that they should be. These guys coming back from overseas, from the Middle East or whatever, all these guys and girls that are coming back, the minute there's any kind of sign of PTSD, these guys should be given whatever they want at whatever cost. They shouldn't have to ask for it or beg for it. They should be able to ask for it and go, and somebody's going, yeah, sign off on that and make sure this guy's okay. Because the money's there. The money's there. The money is always there. It's being spent on stupid other shit. But if you take that money from the stupid other shit and you allocated it to this, there's no reason why there should be a homeless veteran, a starving veteran, a suffering, veteran that needs medical attention. That should not be happening in our countries, U.S. or Canada. Should not be happening. It's not something that should be going on. And unfortunately, we hear about it and see it every day. It really is. It sucks balls. Robert, good to see you, man. Nikki, damn good to see you, girl. I've been enjoying Nikki Lee. I've been enjoying, don't get me wrong, guys. That's not what I mean. I don't mean that I've been enjoying Nikki Lee. But I've been enjoying Nikki Lee and her channel, and her shorts, and her lives. I haven't seen you live in a few minutes, but I've been enjoying Nikki. Go check out Nikki. She's pretty fucking real, right? She'll tell you the way it is. There's not a lot of bullshit going on, and she reminds me of an aunt that I've got where you can say something and she'll look at you like, I don't fucking think so. And then she'll call it the way she sees it. And that's Nikki. Nikki, you're my estranged aunt. Robert Love, good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging in here. Canada not bad if you know where and who to avoid. Born and raised here. You and me both. I think Iggy Pop holds the cure. Iggy might as well. JTF 2 and the Marine Corps were paying $5,000 to $7,000 around a few years ago, pretty close to Turkish military salaries. It's obvious people are volunteer to give their lives and not about the money at all. And that's the shame of it, because these guys are doing it out of a patriotic duty. But it's our patriotic duty to take care of them when they come back. Right? As the civilians, as the politicians, as the people of the country, Canada, US, doesn't matter. It's our duty. They've gone and done their part. Now let's take care of them. The dude, woo! An early responder, EMT in my early career. I still can't unsee what I've seen. Oh, dude, I get it. I get it. I've never in my life worked in any of those areas. I've never been military, and I regret that. But I've never been a cop, but I've never been, I've never been an EMT. I've never been a firefighter. I've never seen the things that you have seen. Truly, I haven't. I've seen some pretty gnarly shit, but that's only because of the life I led in the past. But Not to the degree we're talking about the military or any of you guys doing EMT work. Um, yeah, you can't, once you see it, you just can't unsee it. And it's with you for the rest of your life. And then you'll wonder why they become alcoholics and drug addicts. You know how many cops are alcoholics? Like my dad was a Toronto cop for 31 years. How the fuck anybody lasted 31 years as a Metro Toronto cop is beyond me. It really is. Like Toronto is our biggest city. It's also sometimes it was also our most crime-ridden city. And to work in that industry, it's no wonder the man came home every night and drank his brains out, right? And then smoked his brains out, and then passed out, went to work, came home, and did it again. Nikki, I miss you too. I've been tuning into you. I haven't been very, let's just say, I haven't been very vocal in a lot of, it's only been, like I said, the last week or so that I've kind of dipped my toe back into the pond. Yeah. North American Adventures. Damn good to see you. How's it going? AE here. Excuse me. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing okay. I would love to have something to complain about, but I don't. My biggest complaint today is that it's fucking raining. Well, big deal. The farmers are loving it. So, hail to the farmers. SFH, damn good to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. The way we treat our war fighters is abysmal. It really is. It truly is. Going back to Vegas in November. 2-4, I would go with you, but I'm going to the Dominican in November. I just sat there and mentally did some quick math going, could I go to Vegas and go to Dominican? I can't because Vegas, although I fly over Vegas from here to go to the Dominican, I can't, man. I'd love to. I'd love to go to Vegas. It's been a minute since I've been down there. My girl's been to Vegas, but I don't think she's seen Vegas the way I see Vegas. And I'd like to go down and see her and take her down and let her see Vegas and have some fun down there. K-Master 112, good to see you. What up, King? Hey, there's no kings here. I'm just out hanging out. I'm out and about hanging out. I was married to a soldier for 16 years, and my ex-husband suffered from a lot of things. A lot of them do. A lot of them do. I can't honestly think that, like, I know some guys that have come back, like that were out and came back, and I can't say honestly that I know a single one of them that came back the same as they went out. And that's sad. That's sad. Yeah, they volunteered. Yeah, they signed up for it. Yeah, they went over and did it. But even knowing what they were getting into, I don't think a lot of them were expecting what they got. And when they came back, they needed the help, right? Where have you been? Dude, I've been out all over the place. Doing some work, doing some business, taking care of some things. But for the most part, I've been trying to enjoy myself and enjoy my life because I was getting too tied up in various other things that weren't bringing any value to me. And it was just wasting my time. Now, that's not to say there's not some of you, like 2-4, I still talk to the whole time I've been off, I've been talking to 2-4. Same with, I think I chit-chatted back and forth with Bull for a bit, and there's been some that I've been in contact with, but there's been others I've just kind of walked away, and now that I'm recentered, and that doesn't mean I'm going to go live every morning. I'm not, because I found that when I was going live every morning for 4 or 5 hours every single morning, it was just too much. There's only so much you can talk about and only so much you can do. And then you run out of shit. Next thing you know, it just turns into a bullshit session. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a good bullshit session as much as the next guy or girl. I really do. I love to sit around and shoot the shit and BS, and I'm good at it, right? I'm really good at it. I can bullshit with the best of them. But Eventually it gets a little old. It's because they see so much messed up shit, it's a wonder they don't drink. Well, most of them do. Most of them do. Like I can speak from experience that I know a couple of well, I know two guys and one girl that went overseas and they got back and not one of them doesn't have a drinking or a substance abuse problem at some point, whether it be prescription or drinking, one way or the other, man. Teeth look great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Still learning how to use them. It's been a bit of a month or so since I've had them. But yeah, still learning how to use them. Still learning how to talk. The thing that really fucks me up with these is the S's, right? Can't do the fucking S's. And every once in a while, if I'm talking too fast, it whistles, right? I'll say an S and it'll whistle. See how the word whistle whistles? I can't get it to do it when I want it, but yeah, it's funny as hell. But hey, you know what? I'm glad I got them. They're in. They work. I'm eating. Well, I was eating everything anyway, right? Anything that I was, even with no teeth, I could eat anything except corn on the cob. But now I'm really learning how to eat it, and I'm chomping the shit out of my tongue and on my lip and on my side of my mouth, both sides of my mouth, and yeah, you live, you learn. Going great, thanks. May God bless you always, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Double tap your screen. Appreciate that. Take that. Dominican ladies. There's nothing wrong with Dominican ladies. Everybody loves a nice little chubby fucking Spanish speaking girl. Well, maybe not everybody. He didn't expect the things he saw and came back all messed up with all of us. Well, that's the problem. They come back to what per se is normal, Nikki, right? What normal life is, but life ain't normal for them. Their thinking is not the way it was when they left. The way that they think, the way that they process those thoughts. You know, when they see situations here, if they were overseas, they would have had to deal with those situations much differently. And it's funny because Darren described it to me as he gets trigger happy. And I don't mean trigger happy as in pulling the trigger and letting a round off. It's trigger happy that he comes home and so many things trigger him. Things in life before he joined the military and went overseas that when he came home, things trigger him. And there's lots of them. Stuff that ordinarily you and I wouldn't give a second thought to. A sound, a smell, a person's voice, multiple things. And these trigger him and they bring in feelings and emotions or reactions, a car backfiring, a truck going by throws his jakes on, just certain sounds, smells, certain burning smells, different, whatever it is that's burning puts off a different type of smell, triggers something. And these guys are over there and that's what happens to them. Then they come back and life doesn't stop. Right? Life doesn't stop for them. They gotta live their lives. They gotta get on with their lives. But it's awful hard when there's a fucking wall like that tall in front of them and they're trying to get over that wall and they got no help. Those Dominican ladies are pretty thick. You're gonna have a good time over there with all the senoritas. Well, let me tell you something, K-Master. I've got a really nice senorita. And she's coming with me to the Dominican. So I don't need a nice little Spanish senorita. I've got one. And she's fluent. No, I'm not going to say she's fluent in Spanish, but she knows a whole lot more than I do. So I don't have to worry about that. I'm reckoning to have a good time in the Dominican with the senorita I've got. Susie reckons you've been taking care of the aliens at Area 51. Busted. I wasn't taking care of them, brother. They were taking care of me. Oh. I don't know why I'm showing you that. I don't owe them anything. Not a damn thing. Anybody see Mr. B's around lately? I have not seen him. I have not seen him in anybody's live. I've not seen him around. I don't know where Mr. B's is. I have not seen him. Susie Rec, yeah. If you can ask the prices to get in bargain, and asking the addresses are the things you only have to know. No worries. You saw him yesterday. He's doing well. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Where did you see him, Tolga? I have not seen Mr. B's anywhere. Anywhere. Now, mind you, again, I've been off and gone. I basically checked out of the world and just boop, vanished from everybody. So, but usually Mr. B's, like even not on YouTube, Mr. B's checks in with me via text or a quick message or whatever. And I have not seen anything of Tom. I have not seen him around at all. Sterling Wills here. You are beautiful this morning. I am beautiful every morning. And that is my conclusion to life. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to change it. Do the best I can with what I've been given and get on with it. And like I was talking about earlier, value. Value in life. He was in 6 Live. I was listening to the stream from the next room and they were reading his comments. Okay, so he was in 6 Live. Excuse me. I'm glad that he's okay then. I'm glad he's still around. I'm glad he's still around. So yeah, like I said, I checked out, and this is not me checking back in. Okay, this is not me checking back in. I am not going live every morning. I am not, I'm not diving back into the world of fucking YouTube or social media. This is just me with a day off, and my girl's at work, and I've got a few hours. This is, I'm not going to go 4 hours, 5 hours like we usually do or used to do. This is just me just checking back in, saying hello, hanging out. It was, like I said earlier, it was Moto that kind of got the engine started again, because I've had no desire to be live and sit out here. So, I'm just enjoying that. I'm enjoying the moment right now, hanging out with you. There's 16 of you here. Like I said, I'm amazed. I've been gone for 6 or 7 weeks. I haven't been live in 6 or 7 weeks. I'm amazed there's even 16 of you here, right? My fucking channel is flat. Like, we are talking 12-year-old girl, carpenter's dream, flat as a board, never been nailed. Flat. The fact that there's 16 or now there's 19, whatever. The fact there's any of yous are here is amazing. So, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Take the time, folks. Take the time to enjoy yourself. I got caught up with trying to make as much money as I could, as fast as I could. And I scrambled my brains, and when things don't work, you get tired, you get frustrated, you get angry. No way to live. Really. It's no way to live. And some people only need a couple of days to recharge. Some people need a week. Me, I needed 7 weeks. I needed 7 weeks. And even then, I'm still I'm not going balls to the wall here. I'm here to enjoy. Now, I've started, again, tuning into specific people's lives and watching and maybe making the odd comment. I haven't been very active or vocal or anything like that. But it's just a matter of where I am at this point in my life and what I want to do and what I want to see and where I want to go and who I want to associate with, depending on what value they bring to my life and what value I can give them back. You know, if I have nothing to give somebody and they have nothing to give me, like I said, it's like a bad ex-wife. You might as well just part ways because there's no value, there's nothing there. And again, I said, I explained all this earlier, that there's nothing worse than walking away from somebody and going, fuck, I got a fucking headache right behind my eyeballs. And there was nothing learnt, and there was nothing of value given to your life. So it's very difficult. It's hard sometimes for me to explain because my way of thinking is not not the same as a lot of you guys, the way you think. I compartmentalize my life, and that makes it easy for me. So I can take this aspect of my life and I can take, boop, and put it over there and just put it aside. And I can do this and do that, and I can do all that. The important part for me is to take the important, valuable parts of compartments of my life and keep them as a solid core, and everything else circles around that core, right? And if it's not part of that core and it's not something that's a value of any importance or of major importance, then it can wait. It can be looked at later, or it can be played with or toyed with, and YouTube is one of those. Last bit of rocket fuel is poured. Yeah, well, I've got about half a thermos of rocket fuel left here, and then we're probably going to call this. Like, I don't need to go. Like I said, I'm not out here trying to do a long live and trying to get views. That's not what we're doing here today. Like I said, I had a few hours this morning. It's still morning for me. It's 8:40, or it's 10 to 9 in the morning for me here. So I'm just hanging out. Wheel Burners United. Well, it's good to know that at least 18 of you are still out there hanging out. I was joking, not joking, but I was serious. I was watching Moto the other day, and I went into my analytics and everything. In 6 weeks of being off, I lost 308 or something subscribers. 308 subscribers dropped from the channel because I wasn't going live every day. And I got a couple of emails like, hey, where are you? Why aren't you live? Yeah, like they're demanding like that I go live. It's like, well, like, hey, tell you what, you pony up 150 a year as a salary, I'll go live every morning. I'll put together a whole fucking show for you, and I'll give you 4 hours of fucking entertainment. But this is on my dime and on my time, It's funny how people come to expect that of people that do this. Like Sterling goes live. There's a few people in here. Nikki goes live. And it's like, people start to expect you to be live. And it's nice. I appreciate that, you're willing to sit down and take time out of your busy day to fucking look at me. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. But, when the expectation turns from, hey, good to see you, to, hey, why aren't you here? It's like, hey, well, I got something else to do today. I got something else to do today. It got no value to anyone. Well, I call bullshit on that, Craig Rat. I call bullshit on that. You've been a pretty decent guy to me. Both you and Susie have been both pretty decent. So yeah, you do add value. Your comments are valued. Your opinion is valued. So yeah, be a little easier on yourself. You don't need to fuck off. You can stick around. If you have value, the value for yourself in your own eyes, that's the matter. Exactly. How do I value myself? It's probably more important than how do I value other people. How do I value myself? And I don't mean value as in money, right? Money doesn't, money is nice. Don't get me wrong. We all like to have a little, a little cha-ching in our pocket. But how do you value your life? Not in dollars and cents, but in, people, relatives, family, relationships, um, even a little bit of, business, a little bit of business. How do you value yourself? I've learned some lessons over the last couple of weeks about, valuing yourself and what the services that you're offering, and, not undercutting yourself or underpricing yourself because, you just want that business from somebody else. It's like, you know what? Set your value. Know what you're worth. No, that's what I'm getting at here. Know your worth. Know your worth in business, but more importantly, know your self-worth. What are you worth as a person? What are you willing to settle for? Right? I've been willing at times to settle for a lot less than what I'm worth. Sometimes in business and sometimes just in my life, right? And I don't do that. I have stopped that. I have. I value my time, energy, and money a lot more today, being Sunday. My value, I know what my value is. I know what I'm worth, and I'm not willing to settle. And if somebody else is going to do something that's going to undercut me, that's fine. Let them have it. Eventually, either that cheaper value is going to backfire on them and they're going to come to me anyway and get the job done properly and be willing to pay the higher value or pay the higher amount for what the job or whatever it is that needs to be done. But hold true to your value. Hold true to what you're worth. It will eventually come around. Unless you're pricing yourself ridiculously out of the market, depending on what market, like the market that I'm in and the business that I'm in. If you're pricing yourself ridiculously stupid, then obviously nothing's going to happen. But if you're competitive, and that's where you're in, and you're in the middle in there, and you're in the mix, hold true to your value. The only time I will now undercut my value is if I know there's something down the road coming. Meaning that I will cut you a break now in lieu of something that we're gonna do some business later, and you're gonna know that I will do this for you now at this price, but you're gonna pay a little bit more once the relationship is established and you're happy with the service. That I have no problem with. None. I will do that. I've done that. But right off the bat, if you're just out there undercutting yourself and devaluing yourself just to get the business because you don't want him to have it, why? You're gonna work twice as hard for half as much. Corey G, good to see you, man. Sup, Tolga, good to see you. I'm valuable in everything but relationships. Well, Corey, you need to take a look at relationships. That's another area of my life that I've had to look at my value. And what value do I bring to a relationship? And what value do I expect from a relationship? And what value do I want from a relationship? Luckily for me, I'm very fortunate. That's not an area of my life that I have any concerns with when it comes to relationships. Okay, it's just not. So if you give me a BJ now, what are you wanting down the road? Where the fuck did that come from? How about you give me the fucking BJ and I'll give you something down the road? Crag Rat, sometimes I just don't know. Like I just watched on the screen, my face just went red because I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, what's the matter with you? I'm trying to get a mouthful of coffee here. I truly hope that was Susie writing that, not you. I truly do. Never settle for anything less, to be honest. Well, that is all by experience, Corey, right? That is seriously all by experience. What are you willing to settle for? Where's your bar in life, whether it be relationships or business or your own self or whatever? Where is that bar set? Have you set it too low? If your bar is set low, you've got nothing, when you finally get over that bar, there's nothing there for you. There's no, but if you've set the bar high and then you finally get there, what's that feeling? That's a great feeling, right? And then once you clear that hurdle, set the bar again. Always set that bar. Sometimes I've set the bar too high and then been disappointed when I missed. That's another problem. I've never been a perfectionist. Now, mind you, ask anybody that's worked for me. They might tell you a little differently, but I've never been a perfectionist. I've never had to, blow my brains out trying to achieve perfection or trying to get things perfect. But there's been stretches, especially in business, where I have set the bar too high, didn't make it, and I beat myself up pretty goddamn hard for it and took it out on people around me and made it their fault. Lesson learned there. Big lesson learned there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Once you set your bar to your limit, then never settle for less. Well, that's a good point, right? That's a very good point. It's being pretty distractive while driving, just saying, well, Tolga, you're not supposed to be doing, I don't know over in Turkey if you're allowed to, are you allowed to drive and are you allowed to use your phone, like your mobile phone or your cell phone while you're driving over there? Or is it against the law over there like it is here? If you're sitting there watching your phone, if you're watching me on a phone while you're driving, well, I was going to say don't do it, but do it carefully. All of a sudden, it's going to go from 20 people down to 19. That'll be Tolga taking a hike. It's like, fuck off. Hey, Corey, go hit the like button, would you? No, but there is no law for the other stuff. Oh, okay. All right. So you can drive distracted in Turkey. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. We should all grab our cell phones and go over to Turkey and fucking drive around on our phone. I've got some, and here's the thing. I'm going to let a little cat out of the bag here. But I've got some plans that there's a chance that I'm going to see some European friends. Not soon, but yeah, I'm going to be making a trip over the pond, over the ocean, over to Europe, and there's some countries over there that we're going to go visit, and there's some people that I'm definitely going to see. McGalley, why are you holding a cigarette like a sissy? How do you hold a fucking cigarette? How do you hold a cigarette? Hold a cigarette like a sissy. That's, you know what? There you go. There you go. Apparently, I hold my cigarette like a sissy. That's, how else do you want, how do you want me to hold it? Right? Like, fuck, you got to put it somewhere. It's got to go between two fingers somewhere. But they don't try to take over the buses and trucks because they can see everything. Yeah. Well, actually, over here, what they did to try to stop the truckers, they did it. They had a project in the U.S. and they did it in Canada as well. Is they got coach buses, like Greyhound buses, coach buses, and they tinted the windows, and then they had DOT, MTO, and police officers in there. And as the bus would be passing a truck, if he had the thing in, they'd call and a police car would pull that car over or that truck over. So they were busting us in the trucks. Oh my God, ask. Yeah. I've got a buddy heading to Alberta next week. Yeah, and he's bringing 75 cases of Iron Brew with him. Isn't he? 75 cases of Iron Brew. I want them all. I'll have a certified check waiting for him. Just let me know. Let me know when he's here. Let me know, and I'll have the truck. I'll send the truck up to get him. We'll load him on the truck and bring him back to my place. Just let me know. Here, I'm having my sissy smoke here. Excuse me a minute. I can't spell today. Corey, don't worry about it. I can't talk today. Really, I can't. Every time I take a mouthful of this, I'm not used to drinking like from a spout like that, right? So every time I do this, I smash the front of my fucking teeth in. We have semi trucks in England driven by the police. Same thing. Sneaky bastards, eh? Sneaky bastards. You know that you knew eventually they were going to do it, right? They just did it with buses only because they could put, 8, 10, 12 officers on the same bus. That's why they did it. Corey G. Adventures Ontario will be started a gaming and convo stream is soon again. There you go. There's Corey's channel. Go check that out. Yeah, it's still in planning stages. Tolga, 2 of the cars I was looking at got sold, but I found 3 others now. I never, I know there's a huge, huge market for that on YouTube. Because I see it all the time. You go through the shorts and you see the guys doing it, and there's a huge market, and these guys got like 5,000 people watching. There's a massive, massive, massive market for it. But I don't get it. Same as the guys that are doing the truck simulators or whatever, the trucks and everything. It's like you've got real guys in real trucks streaming, and they've got 30 people watching. And then there's some guy in a fucking simulator driving a fucking truck on a mountainside or whatever, and he's got 5,000 people watching. I don't get that. Oh, you're a real... Okay, I'm sorry, man. I thought you were talking about like fucking like Sims and everything like that. You're building a real car. Wow. There you go. Well, back on the other thing, I still don't get it though. Right? I don't get that. You can watch a real truck driver operate a real truck in real traffic in real time as it's happening, and you can't get fucking, 50 people, 40 people, whatever. But you can watch some guy with a fucking simulator, and he's going to sit there and he's going to have 5,000 people watching, and the chat's going by so fast. No, you can't read it, right? You can't read the chat, and people are just zoomed in on this. I don't understand that. Seen cops posing as construction sign people, busting folks for phones. 2-4, it's not a wonder that you've seen them doing all of that kind of construction, in the buses, cars, what are those guys? Maintenance guys, right? There was a guy in Manitoba, just outside of Winnipeg, and he was sitting there watching, right? So this crew, right, had a bucket, and it made it look like the guy in the bucket was actually doing work on the stoplight, and he wasn't. He was actually an MTO officer, a DOT officer, looking down, busting, because what's the first thing a lot of people do when they come to a red light? They grab their phone and they do, and then they put the phone down, the light turns green, and they drive on. In Canada, even if you're stopped, like at a red light, you cannot touch your phone. And then about a quarter mile up the road, there's like 5 cruisers sitting there, and they were busting people like fucking crazy. Absolutely busting people like crazy. One after another. There was a damn lineup to get into that parking lot. They were busting people so fast. Some guy sitting in a bucket. Like, talk about creative. I got to hand it to them, right? I got to hand it to them. It was creative, but like, come on now, really? Really? Your tax dollars at work, ladies and gentlemen. A bus full of pigs, livestock hauler. Pretty much. Pretty much. But I also have a sim rig set up. I'm sitting in it right now for racing. Again, you guys are awesome. I'll watch it for a few minutes. Like I'll watch, like, not the truck sims, that kind of shit doesn't, but the guys that are actually doing the racing. I'll watch that for a couple of minutes because it's interesting, but really, honestly, I can't sit there for fucking an hour or 2 or whatever these guys are doing. In between my operations, I'm building a Motorhead tribute bike. Some people have told me to film it, but it ain't my thing. You know what? You don't even do what Sterling used to do, right? Sterling used to go into his garage and he'd just set the camera up, like just set it up over here, right? And he'd have a wireless mic pinned to him. And he'd just be over there tinkering and tickling and fucking whatever with his bike or his car or his bug or whatever the fuck he's working on. And he'd just be chatting. You don't have to hold the camera to be doing what you're doing. Just set it up somewhere or set up two of them, right? If you want to do an edited version. So, you know, do an hour or 45 minutes of working on your bike. And even then, you don't have to be eccentric about it. You know, just talk about general shit. What are you doing? Look at this. Oh, fuck, look, this piece is fucked. Okay, we need that. Whatever. That kind of stuff I watch. That kind of stuff I watch. I got no problem, right? They say that you're supposed to when you make a video, you're supposed to be anywhere between 7 to 13 minutes. Right, will get you the best view content, right? The most amount of views, because most people's attention span is no longer than 2 minutes, right? So if you look at a video and you see that it's 35 minutes long, 90% of the time I just scroll. I'm not watching 35 minutes, but if I see that it's 11 minutes long, chances are I'll give you 11 minutes, or I'll give you like 8 or 9 or whatever. So, Craig Rat, think about that. Just take your phone, put it in a holder, whatever you got to do, mount it somewhere. And you don't even need the wireless mic. Most of these cameras, most of these phones now got good enough microphones on them that, you know what, you could just sit there and be tinkering and talking and shooting the shit or whatever. Like, you don't even have to be talking about the bike. Talk about the size of your penis. There's at least a fucking 5-second conversation right there. Do that. Try that out. Or like I said, set up 2 cameras, do what you're going to do, and then edit it down to say 12 or 13 minutes. I watch that kind of shit. People watch that kind of shit. I'm pretty sure Corey's going to end up in Japan after seeing all those anime character lookalike gals. Yeah. It's a sad day in your life, man, when you get a boner from a cartoon. In between my operation, okay, sorry, I read that. Nicholas, good to see you, man. Really enjoyed a lot of hours of your content over the last few years. You don't know me, I never comment, but too bad you won't be on YouTube as much. Don't leave us forever. No, I'm not going to leave forever, obviously. I do enjoy this. I do enjoy hanging out. I don't make any content anymore. I do have plans to make some content and do some things, but that's a little farther up the road. You know, it's when I moved out here, a lot of things went up into the air. Okay, a lot of plans went up into the air, and a lot of things for me changed. And then obviously there were some big changes in my life that happened, and I had to adapt, overcome, and improvise and carry on. And now I'm at the point where now I've got settled again. So now I can start doing the things that I want to do. That's all. That's all. So now again, I can start to make plans. I haven't been able to make any plans for life, really, because I don't know what's been going. I don't know where I'm going or what's been going on or what's in store for me. Now I do. Oh, fuck. That was good. That was good. Loving that. But now I can start to make plans again. And that's what that's what I've started doing. It's good to know that you're in a good place in your life. Thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate that. Car wash. Damn, Ryan. I was gonna say, where the hell have you been? But it's not you, it's me. I've been out. But I'm not gonna say I'm back, because I'm not. I'm just out here fucking around today. We're gonna be doing a few more lives. Yeah, the notification, been so long, the notification didn't go out. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Like I said, there's 21 people in here, and I'm amazed that there's even 21 freaking people in here. And you know, I've been live an hour and a half now, and I'm surprised it's still holding it. It's holding somewhere between 18 and 20 people averaging, so I'm amazed by that. My rig is made from 3060 extruded aluminum. or for you Brits, aluminium, with Logitech G Pro 11N, I don't know what that is, 11NM base with RS open wheel modded clutch. Fuck, man, speak English. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus H Christ. Tolga's throwing up some channels. There we go. Sterling wheels up there. Ryan is in the house. Ryan Davidson, good to see you. That's car wash guy. The VW is sick. I burned the motor. Well, there it gives you something to do, right? It'll give you something to work on, something to look at. It'll definitely give you some content. I don't make videos. I live stream. That's pretty much what I've been doing for the last 6 months, 7 months, right? I don't do any videos really. I'm going to. I do have to talk to a couple of people because I'm not happy with the editing program that I have, and I find it. The one I've got is it's too much. It's too much. I need something a little simpler, a little easier, a little more user friendly. And so the editing program, I'm going to be changing the editing program and taking care of that. I only watch 20 minutes of videos. I don't like short ones. See, I'm the opposite. I won't watch a 20, 25, 30, unless it's something like, for example, I used to watch, what the fuck was his name? And his videos would be 30, 35, 40 minutes long. Oh, Jesus. He got out of trucking. Really, really, really good guy. He got out of trucking and got into fucking tow trucks. Somebody knows who I'm talking about. I can't remember. I used to watch his videos religiously. If he put out a 35-minute video, I'd be watching it for the whole 35 minutes. If I filmed it, you'll be drooling when Susie keeps coming out with the Iron Brew. Well, dude, do what you got to do, right? Get views any way you can. You know, put her in a fucking a cut-off tank top and a pair of fucking Daisy Dukes and have her come out with Iron Brew every fucking 40 seconds. You'll have 7,000 people watching your channel. Davey Farms, good to see you, brother. How the hell are you? Long time no see. Ring Ranger. Ripping Ring Ranger. Fuck, get my eyes fixed. Ripping Ranger. My apologies. I'm happy for you if you're happy. It seems nice watching you, laughing with you, talking shit with you. Hope to see you around on here. I don't have any other social media. You and me both, Steph. You and me both. Velox18, thank you. Or Velox. Bog-eyed, thank you. Thank you. Loved him. Loved him. Loved his content. And I loved, because I'm not that guy, but Velox was clean. Very rarely did you ever hear a curse out of his mouth. And everything that he did was well done. And I missed him. He changed his channel, and I think he's still out there. But really loved him. So you know who I'm talking about. Ranger, I'm doing all right. Aside from smoking, doing okay. I was talking English. I was telling you what my rig is for racing. Yeah, I know, but all of the fucking shit you were talking about, I have no goddamn clue about any of that. I go live for half a day and lucky to get 5 viewers. Well, you can start doing shit like as you said, you don't like the short ones, but Corey, use the shorts platform to bring people and viewers to your channel, right? If you start pumping out shorts about what you, and just do a 30-second, 40-second, I think you can go up to 3 minutes now. But if you do a short about what you're doing and everything like that, it'll get people, the short platform, people see more short than they do videos. So use the shorts platform to draw people over to your channel. It'll also, the more shorts you put out, it'll also bump your algorithm up so that when you do go live on, or you go live on your channel, it'll spread out. The word will get out there a lot farther and a lot more. I found that using the shorts, now I don't do it right now, but I found that using the shorts platform is very, very useful. A trucker I recently found and like is Time Lapse Trucker. Time Lapse Trucker. I've heard of, I think. Who knows? Who knows? I fall down the YouTube rabbit hole about fucking once a day now. And once I do, I'm gone for about an hour. Out of Alberta. Okay, yeah, I think it is. Now Greece is burning. Welcome to White Sea Paradise. Greece is burning. Brawler Heavy Haul. I think I know who you're talking about. Tolga, you're not in any danger where you are you? Like, you're not in any danger of these fires where you're at? Like, you're okay? We are neighbors with them. Yeah, well, you know how you separate the men from the boys in Greece, right? With a crowbar. All I do is shorts. Well, Ryan, if you were ever to do a long form video, and I say long form, like I said, 7 to 12 or 7 to 13 minutes, use the shorts, right? Use the shorts. Use that. If all you're doing is pounding out shorts, then your algorithm's probably out there already. I don't know why, because I'm subbed to you, and I don't see any of the, like, you're one of the people that I did not unsub from. So I should be getting your notifications if you're putting out shorts, or you're putting anything out at all. I should be getting it. I just don't want to see any more goddamn videos of you in your fucking underwear washing a car. You said that, like, Jesus, that was like a year ago or a year and a half ago you sent that, and I still got it in my fucking head. I should be like a soldier getting PTSD fucking treatment, having to see that. I got smoke in the air all week. Corey, yeah, I know Ontario's on fire too. But I'll be honest with you, Ontario deserves it. Ontario deserves to burn down. Could care less about what's going on. Well, that's not true. Like, my mom lives there. 2 of my daughters live there. So, but they live in areas where there's no chance of ever them burning down. So I don't have to worry about that. But for the rest of the province, I could care fucking less what happens to Ontario. If it burnt to the ground, if it from Barrie North. Okay, from Barrie, Ontario north, if it burnt to the ground and there was nothing left, I could care less. No, I'm pretty far away from the dangerous areas. Let's say a few cities far. Forest's also pretty far away from me around the city. Okay, so I'm living in a concrete jungle. Dude, at times like this, that's where you want to be, right? You want to be sitting in a concrete jungle. For me, there's really nothing. Right, I got nothing out here but like farm fields, cattle, and oil pumps, and like I live in Strathmore, so yeah, we've got trees, but not like forests. We don't have. I can't remember the last time I saw a forest. I lived in Ontario the last time I saw a forest. Right. Actually, that's not true, because I guess if you go up to like Banff, or if you go to Canmore, you know, they got those are, you know, Banff is a national park and they got forest there. So that's not true. I've seen it. But where I live down here, fuck no. Every tree that I can lay eyes on right now, every tree that I'm looking at was probably planted. Right? Bring me some time whenever you can. We're going to go look into it, Brian. Advice you can give me, message me. Well, just one piece, don't go high tech. Don't go out and spend a shit ton of money. If you've got a fucking cell phone that works and it's fairly new, and I mean within the last, 2-3 years, that's all you need. And go get yourself a car mount, right? One with the suction cup, so you can put it and stick it like on your toolbox or to a door or to a fridge or whatever, wherever the hell you're working on your bike. If you can, and just go. Like, I can do that kind of stuff because I have no problem gabbing. I could be working on a bike and be sitting there just this and that and be talking about fucking somebody's funeral. Whatever. Like I have that ability, and it's sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But just talk. You know, if you want to go live and do it, go live and do it. If you want to do an edited, do an edited. But then if you're going to do an edited program, use the shorts to draw people to your lives or to your brain freeze, to your video. I'm right in the bush, so, well, Corey, okay, okay, let me rephrase that. I hope everything in Ontario north of Barrie burns down except for Corey's place. I haven't posted any long time, but I'm going to Arizona to start job training. Will be a lot more car wash videos soon. Job training. Job training. Good for you. It's good to see when you see somebody that owns the business that's actually going in to get more training. I encourage that whatsoever from small business owners, right? Small business owners. When you own a small business or any type of business, there's no harm whatsoever in educating yourself farther into whatever you're doing. If you're going in to get a little training on, whether it's running the business, maintaining the business, whatever, operating whatever, anything to do with that fucking business. If you're going in to get a little more fucking training, go get it. I also have 2 accounts. One only has the aforementioned video, but somehow has like 7 subscribers. Car wash. Fuck, right. Tolga, go to Car Wash Guy if you're here. Or Tolga or Kamal, go to Car Wash Guy. Go to Ryan and check out his channels and put his channel link in here. Tripods work great too. Yeah, tripods work well if you've got like a digital camera or you've got that kind of equipment. Yeah, it does. Tripods work. Myself personally, dude, I got an iPhone 16 and that's what I use. That's what you're looking at me on here with an iPhone. That's what I use. And when I used to make the other videos, I had I still have it, but I don't use it. But I was doing the driving videos. I was using a GoPro 8, right? An 8 Pro or whatever that was. I had a couple of those. So I was not going high tech. I refused to spend that kind of money to do that kind of thing. If a cell phone will work, a cell phone will work. Now, that's not to say if you build a studio, yeah, then you're going to want the appropriate equipment. You're going to have to spend a little cash, but nah. I farted and it sounded like a goose barfed. Yeah, I'd imagine it probably smells about the same too. I'm not a talker though. Yes, you are. Fuck, dude. I have talked on the phone with you. I have finished a live. I've talked for 4.5 hours. I closed the live down. Right? Shut the live off. I'm pulling out of the parking lot and my phone rings. And I've talked to you all the way home, gone in my house, made something to eat, gone and taken a poop after I finished eating, gone and taken a poop, finished that, taken my dog for a walk, and still been on the phone with you. You cannot tell me you don't know how to talk. Okay? Dude, you can talk. No problem whatsoever. You've got no problem with the gab. It's when you think, oh, what am I going to say? Just say whatever. When you're doing things like, say you're working on a bike, you don't necessarily have to be always describing everything that you're doing. Talk about whatever you're doing. If you're taking the oil cover off, or if you're doing whatever, talk a little about that. And then you say something or do whatever and talk a little about, my girlfriend Dutch ovened me in bed last night. Goddamn, still can't get that smell out of my nose. That kind of shit. And then go back to talk. Mix it up, right? You'll notice all those guys that have the big channels that are talking race cars or car building or bike building. They don't talk expressly 100% about what they're doing. they talk about this, and then, you know, either somebody else will come in and then they'll have a talk about, and they talk about a little of that, little, and then they talk, okay, now we're going to do this, that kind of thing. You got no problem with that. You absolutely have no problem with that. So go do that. You're cutting yourself short if you think you can't do that. Can you make me a mod? I don't know. I think I've got 3 right now. I think I got 3 mods right now, 3 or 4. I think Curtis, Tolga, Camille, I think Guard Dog. There's 4. I think I got 4. I don't think I need any more. Rippin' Ranger, no, I kind of like it this way. I used to give everybody a blue wrench. That way everybody can click on everybody else's channel and see stuff like that. But then it got out of hand, right? Then it got out of hand. And then people with mods that were, they were, blocking people, deleting people, shutting people down, this and that. The mods that are in here right now know what I want. They know what I expect from the channel, and they know what I expect as moderators. And so that's what they do. But when you give everybody a wrench, next thing you know, you've got fucking deletes, blocks, this, that, and a lot of that comes from people getting in there and they start arguing with each other, and then they'll block. And so I just got away from it. I think I got four mods, 4 or 5. I don't know, 5. I don't know. But I think that's good for now. If somebody decides they don't want to be a mod anymore, then okay, we'll change that. I find GoPros are all us truckers need. GoPros are great. They are. And even mine was an older one, right? I bought it new, I don't know, 4 years ago, whatever it was. But yeah, they're handy to have. They're great for driving videos, right? If you can just turn the GoPro on and let it go, and you can talk and do this. And the good thing is you can take all of it off, download it, and edit it all. And it's fantastic. You can also do live streams from them, right? You can also do live streams from them. And the quality is good. So if your truck's bouncing and everything like that, the camera holds pretty still, the GoPros. I know the new ones are phenomenal. I don't know what number they're up to, the GoPros. I don't know, but mine was an 8. I know they're up to probably 11 or 12 or fucking maybe 13 by now. I don't know. The GoPros come out just about as often as the iPhones do, right? Pretty much every 6 months, there's a new fucking iPhone. And good thing about live streams is your chat will get you talking. Tolga does it to me when I go quiet for too long. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's true as well, right? Like what eventually, that's the good thing about live streams. And it really is, because I can sit here and I can go like 3, 4, 5 hours, but I don't have 3, 4, 5 hours worth of content in here. So, I'm good for about the first hour, talking about what I want to talk about, things that are going on in my life, around the world, this and that and everything. But eventually you start bouncing off your comments, and that's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work, I think. And then you go off the comments and like I'm doing with you right now, Corey, right? Talking about you. I saw your comment, read your comment. Now we're talking about it. And that's how it works. Crag Rat, there you go. He's I am unmodded. 2-4, I didn't unmod you, by the way. I recently learned, I think Guard Dog was saying that if you let your channel go flat, like stagnant for a while, and like I said, I haven't been live in about 6 or 7 weeks, so my channel is completely flat. YouTube unmods a bunch of people. Now, I didn't have a lot of mods. I think at one point I only had 6 or 7. The thing I love most about this hot weather is the crop tops and the short skirts, although it makes me look a bit gay. The thing I miss about trucking is sitting in traffic on a summer day looking down into the cars. Let me tell you, that is one thing that I think, like any guy that's driven a truck, okay? Crag Rat drives a truck. Sterling drives a truck. All those guys that drive a truck, there is nothing better than sitting in rush hour traffic in Atlanta or Dallas or fucking Chicago, and the truck ain't moving and you're just sitting there and you're just looking down. Yep. All right. There's your 2 minutes. A minute or so later, another one will pull up, and come on, man, it's only natural. I enjoy your streams for sure, Corey. We always have fun times as the main goal. There you go. Chicken Hawk is here. What's going on there, big boy? How the hell are you? Long time no see. Long time no chat. Well, I've been talking to you offline, so, but yeah, I'm here. You're here. You missed Stephanie. She was here. I don't know if she's still here. A GoPro you can mount anywhere. Yeah, you can. You can. I used to put one on the front, like right in the dash, looking right out the front of the truck. And then I'd have another one on the passenger side up at the top there, looking as a side view, or not a side view, but coming in on an angle, looking at me. And I used to run them both at the same time and then go back and combine them and edit it out, edit the conversation or edit the videos. I noticed there's been a few trucking YouTubers slowing it down. Trucking Together have slowed their channels down. Well, the trucking industry itself is in the toilet, man. It really is. There are a few people out there, right, as owner-operators or small trucking businesses that are doing well on the open market. And that's a relative term of well. But I don't know anybody out there right now that's fucking killing it. Not like we were years ago. And I don't include myself in that. I am not in the long haul trucking business. I am not in the long haul, I am not running load boards or running on the market or anything like that. I have nothing to do with any of that. And let me tell you something. I have never been happier. I have never been happier for the lack of headaches or the lack of, having to fucking drill myself stupid trying to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do next. I love the summer views. Oh, don't we all, dude? Yeah, Fluffy YouTube was always doing it. I'm not sure if it's a bug or a type of spec, though. I used to drive a truck. I do miss them beavers. Short skirts, man. Short skirts and tank tops. Or for me, it was the. I'm not going to get myself in trouble by saying this because my girl wears them and I love it when she does. Is the sundresses. Love sundresses. You look down into a car and she's got a nice sundress on and it's up above her knees and fuck me sideways, man. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And then occasionally you pull up and there's some guy beating off. Nothing worse. Nothing worse. You look down. Oh, yes. Thank you, honey. God bless you. I want to shake your daddy's hand. Good job. Off she goes. You get 2 or 3 of those and then you get some guy pulling up. He's got his bird hanging out and he's beating it like it owes him money. Damn. Didn't need to see that. That's PTSD. That's truckers PTSD right there. Crag Rat, you know what I'm talking about. Sterling, you know what I'm talking about. 2-4, you can't unsee that, right? You can't unsee that. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. My girl does too, but she wears the tight tops to show the girls. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm truly blessed. I have a woman with a very nice rack, and you know what? You put her body, and she's got a hot little body on her, and you put that body into a sundress, and the rack is there, the sundress is there. Fuck, it's a wonder some days I can keep the car on the fucking road. I may or may not have sniffed some seats in my early car wash days. No, it's funny. It's just. Okay. Fucking out. I don't know why. Okay, so this is how stupid I think sometimes, okay? I'm in the car with Victoria. We're driving, whatever, like that. And somehow or another, the reincarnation comes up, and it's like, when I die, I want to be reincarnated as a bicycle, a woman's bicycle seat. She dismantled that in about 5 seconds. She dismantled that in about fucking 5 seconds. After she was done, I never want to see another fucking woman's bicycle seat for the rest of my life. Ever. Ever. Oh. I can't unsee a lot of things that I've seen. Well, that's the problem with me, right? At my age, man, fuck it. There's a lot of shit I've seen that I didn't want to see. My brain was raped. You know, my brain was raped. It was forced on me. There's some things I've seen that I really don't want to see. I really don't need to see. I didn't need to see. My wife told me sex is better on vacation. That's why a very nice wasn't a very nice postcard to receive. Yeah. Yeah, that's why when you guys go on vacation, she goes to Mexico and you go to Cuba. Well. 3 wells. Doty. Doty means business. 3 wells. Well. Look what the cat drug in. It drug it in. How the hell are you, sweetheart? You doing okay? You doing all right? I am still sub to you, and again, I do not see your fucking notifications. Like I explained earlier, I went through the channel again and got rid of probably about 80%. 80% of who I was sub to. But that 20%, you're still in there, Doty, but I don't see notifications for you. Maybe, it might be that my channel's been dormant for so long. Maybe I need to go back in and see, and maybe check my notifications if maybe they're on, but they're not on for all. You know, I'm not getting the notifications. Maybe I need to go back and check on some of these channels that I'm not getting notifications. Same with Car Wash Guy. I have not seen anything from Corey or from Ryan. So I better I better go fucking double check. I was warned I'd see things on the road, but come on, people. No, well, Corey, it is true. It is true. Being a long haul truck driver for any amount of time, like even if you're doing, it doesn't matter if you've been a truck driver for fucking, a year or you've been a truck driver for fucking 40 years. The only difference between a guy that's been doing it for a year and a guy that's been doing it for 40 years in that aspect is the fact that, the guy that's been doing it for 40 years has probably seen much, much more of it. But there are things that I've seen, and Doty will speak onto this as well. Doty's been trucking longer than I have, for fuck's sakes. There's things I've seen on the highway happen in front of me or around me or the result of an accident or anything that I never want to see, that I would never want to see in my life, and that once you've seen it, you can't take it back. And the horrific things that I've seen. I have seen the worst of what humanity has to bring to the table as a truck driver over all these years. But I've also seen the best that humanity has to offer. Absolutely. In a lot of these cases as well. So, it's one of those things that, you see it, you can't unsee it. It's unfortunate. 40-year drivers are more deranged. I'll agree. The Lake Highlands location has a lot of tennis skirts. One of my young employees coached tennis. He had old ladies come in all the time asking for him to start calling him Paco Bigelow, the Gigolo. Oh, fuck me, Ryan. That's funny as hell. Come on, man. Thanks, so many look at me for OTR for only a year and a bit. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The longer you do it, the more you're going to see, right? The worst for me is when there's children involved. You got a pile up, or you got an accident, or fucking something's gone on, and again, I'm going to refer like Dodalina's been doing this longer than me, so she knows what I'm talking. You're going by a crash scene, and it's new, and they're just bypassing traffic or whatever. They closed everything off. There's one lane getting by, or the highway's closed, and as you're going by, you see those white sheets laying on the ground, and you know that there's a body under there. You can't unsee that, and then it's even worse when you see, there's a little person under there. You know that was probably a kid. Like, your heart breaks when you see stuff like that, and you can't unsee it. And you can't, for the next 500 miles, your brain is thinking, I got children, I got kids, sorry, hold on here. I've got all of that. It's heartbreaking. You know that somebody's getting a bad phone call. Somebody somewhere, some family member somewhere is getting a very bad phone call. Or the same as when the highway's closed and you see the life flight choppers coming in. Never mind an ambulance. You see the life flight, you know that obviously it's very serious. Somebody's getting a life-changing phone call right there in that time. And there's nothing you can do about it, but you will think about it. You'll be driving the next 4, 5, 6 hours, and that's all you're thinking about is what you just saw. I literally saw a live turkey fly across my windshield. Well, I'd be more impressed if you saw a dead one fly across your windshield. I've never seen a turkey. I've hit one. I've never had it fly across my windshield. I've heard stories of people that have hit one. And Dodie, especially with your truck, because I think you've got the double in your Pete, you've got the double windshield, right? Like the two panes, the two different panes of glass. A good-sized turkey at 60 miles an hour, or 65 miles an hour, will come through that windshield. And I've seen the result of that. Birds. I've smoked at just about everything, like in a truck. If you can think of, the only thing I've never hit would be like a moose. I've never hit a moose, but I've smoked a deer, dogs, cats, fucking coons, squirrels, chipmunks, whatever. I've hit them all. Never hit a person, ever. But hey, thank God for that. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're out here long enough, you're going to see everything. I've hit just about everything. Wiped out an entire family of skunks. I don't know how many was in that crew. There was mom and dad and probably 4 or 5 little ones, and they were crossing the road. I had nowhere to go. Truck smelt great for about a week. Fucking smelt great for about a week. Love the smell of skunks. Gross as that is, my daughter Catherine and I both love fucking smell of skunk. Had pheasants fly in front. No, I don't think I may have hit a pheasant. I don't fucking know. Bears, putty cat. No, never hit a bear. Never hit a bear. Although I've stopped. There was bears crossing, like a bear going across the road. I've stopped the truck and sat there and watched and got a couple of pictures. Same with moose. Dude, you hit a bull moose? Corey, you know what I'm talking about. You live up northern Ontario, for fuck's sakes. You hit a bull moose in a Freightliner Cascadia or a new one of the new, even one of the older hood trucks. Kiss your truck goodbye. Like, your truck is a write-off. It's gone. Done. There's nothing left of that truck. If I was to hit something in that Cascadia that I had, I'd write that whole truck off. There'd be nothing left of it. There'd be me sitting in the seat with the steering wheel. Everything around me would be gone. Yeah, 1,600 pounds bull moose is game over. Oh, absolutely. I hit a bear 3 weeks ago. No, I've never hit a bear. I've watched them, seen them, but I've never hit a bear. Saw a moose. Actually, we don't have a lot of moose out here, but we saw a moose. We were going up to Red Deer last Friday, and there was what the hell was it? A canola field. I don't know if any of you guys remember know what a canola field looks like, but it actually looks like it's glowing. It's like a bright yellow. But anyway, and there was a fucking moose standing in the middle of the canola field, and my girl looks over. She spotted it, and she goes, "What the fuck is that? Is that a moose?" Because she's from Ontario too, and she's like, "Is that a moose?" And I'm like, It's not a fucking moose. We don't have a lot of moose out here in Alberta. And sure as shit it was. Standing right, and that's all you saw, because canola only grows like to chest height, right? And there's this moose standing in the middle of a canola field, so it was pretty cool. The young couple next door to me recently made a sex tape. I mean, they do not know, they don't know it yet. Yeah, I've been guilty of, busted. Liam, good to see you, man. How the hell you at there, boy? Good to see you. It was around 3 a.m. I was on the back road up north in Ontario doing 70, then bam. What province do you live in, Bri? Dodie, I live in Alberta now. I'm way out west. For you, sweetheart, I'm the province that borders Montana. So if you go to Montana and you go north right out of Montana, that's where I'm at. So just because, obviously, I don't know if you know what provinces are where in Canada. Most Americans don't. But if I give you the state that it coincides with or it connects to, so yeah, I can drive 3 hours from where I'm at right now, 3 hours south of here, and I'll be in Montana. I thought I blew a tire or a shock, so I pulled over to see fucked fender and bloody fur. Yee. That was what happened. Well, the last time I hit a deer. Now, I didn't smoke it. Luckily for me, it was in the Cascadia. But it was running across, and my driver's side corner clipped its back hooves as it was running. So as it was running, the hooves went out, when it's running, and I clipped it. Spun it around. It just did like, it spun around. I don't think I heard it, because by the time I got the truck stopped on the side of the road, and I wasn't going very fast, I was only doing about 40, 45 mile an hour. And by the time I got the truck stopped, it fucked off. But it had left a real nice, it didn't shatter the headlight, but it had left a real nice scratch and a mark down just below the headlight, the plastic bumpers on a Cascadia, right? So it left a good scratch on there. But like I said, the fucking deer just upped and buggered off. I thought I blew a tire, yeah. Putty Cat, speaking of short videos making millions of views. Thanks. Dodie, no problem. No problem. I got no problem saying where I'm at or where I'm living. It's not a secret. I live in, if you're really ambitious, Dodie, Google Strathmore. That's where I live. It's a very small town. You can literally walk from one end of town to the other. There are 5 sets of lights from one end of town to the other. I think it is a mile and a half long, and it's 2.5 miles wide, which is awesome because you can literally get hammered anywhere in town and walk home. You don't have to drive. Not that I do, but you can if you absolutely have to. When you get that right there, the rock haulers doing 85 between Decatur and Denton turned deers into Kool-Aid and never let off the gas. Yeah, a lot of the heavy haul boys with the big fucking moose bumpers, like my buddy Jeremy. He's got what's he got? Well, he's got a couple of trucks now, but he's still driving the Volvo. But he's got a 15 Volvo. 730, but he's got the big moose rack on the front of that thing. Like absolute, like the big one, the fucking bull hauler fucking rack on that thing. You hit anything, he hits, and he's hit deer with it, not a scratch. But yeah, you're going to turn them into paste. At 65, 70 miles an hour, you hit something like that, yeah, you're going to turn whatever you hit into fucking pudding, into jello. It's pretty bad. Same with, like, especially in Alberta here, we got a lot of cattle haulers. Right, and they're all driving long nose Pete's and long nose Kennys, and they've all got the great big rack on the front of that thing. And if you look at their moose bumpers, right, not the deer guards, right, the fucking moose bumpers. You look at their deer moose bumpers, and they are dinged and banged and scratched and fuck, because they see something in the road, animal in the road, they don't even take their foot off the gas. And after they hit it, they don't even take their foot off the gas. They just turn, like you said, they turn it into paste. Bobby Kohler, good to see you, man. What up? What up with you, Bobby? Long time no see, but that's my fault. Where you at? What you doing and who you been doing it with? I have one set of lights where I live. Yeah, your hello and goodbye sign are all on one post. You have just entered and left said town, right? That's what it was like when I lived in Camden, right? When I lived in Ontario, I lived in Camden. My whole town consisted of a four-way stop sign. That was it. There was a general store on one corner, a post office on the other corner, a little cafe, restaurant on this corner. Other than that, there was nothing. There was nothing. Can we call you Papacito? You can call me whatever you want. Moose paste sounds like high protein. Well, if you're crazy enough to pull the truck over and scrape it off, you go right ahead. We call them protesters and immigrant bumpers in the UK. Protesters and immigrant bumpers. I've never heard that. Greg Rat, I've never heard that. Well, we don't quite have that problem here with protesters and the immigrants. We're not required. We don't need to put the bumpers on for that reason. Not yet. Like Bo, I'd buy moose parts. I'd buy moose paste and put it on a sandwich. I don't know if you'd want to do that. I'll be eating moose, little gamey. But yeah, I've eaten moose. I don't know if I'd want to turn it into paste and eat it. I really don't. The light is across the river from me though. What, the light from where you live? Fate Trucking. Damn, man. Good to see you, man. I've not been, sorry. Fate, there's freaking another one. Scott, I'm not getting notifications. I don't know how active you are on YouTube. I'm sorry. But I've been gone for 6 or 7 weeks. I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't been around. And I just, this is the first live I've done in about 6 or 7 weeks. And I've got to go back through because I'm not getting notifications for anybody. So I know I'm subbed to you, and I enjoy when you go live and your videos and whatnot like that, but I'm not getting anything. I think because I've been gone so long, YouTube is, I've lost like 300 and something subscribers. All my moderators were unmoderated when I got back this morning. So, and I think you're falling into that category, Scott, that I just, it's not that I'm not watching you, it's just I'm not getting any notifications. So I've got to go back and probably go into my, I'll go back to Fate Trucking to see, okay, am I subscribed? Yes. Am I subscribed to all? I don't know. I'll have to go back. There's a bunch of yous now that I got to go back and check. So, but anyway, morning from God's country, northern Minnesota, walleye and eggs for breakfast. Well, dude, you're not in God's country because you're not far enough north. Okay. I'm in Alberta. That is far enough north. Okay. And I didn't eat breakfast this morning. But up here we are eating bison. I'm on a bison kick. Victoria and I are fucking loving bison right now. I am on a bison kick. We have done bison meatloaf, bison chili, bison spaghetti sauce, bison lasagna, bison. If you can put bison in anything, right, we've done it. And we are loving it. We tried elk a few weeks ago. Wasn't crazy big on the taste, and it's very difficult to cook with. I think part of that was me. I screwed it up, but the elk was not too good. Bison, yes, we are not eating ground beef. Look at that. For that reason, we're off ground beef, and we are eating bison. Very lean, non-greasy, not gamey. Oh, it's so good. And flavor is really good. Really, really good. And I've been eating fish. Fate. I've been eating fish. I know that you guys know that I don't eat fish and I don't eat vegetables, but I've also started eating vegetables in the last month or so. Like I said, I had Brussels sprouts yesterday. Still burping that up. Gross. But I've been eating salmon. So I've been, because Victoria likes fish and I don't, but I'm not going to make a separate meal for me and then make her, fish. So I've been eating it under slight protest. Yeah, I'm eating fish, 2-4. But yeah, Not a big fan of fish, but I've been eating it. So, fish and vegetables. Yeah. Haven't really done anything in a while. Been spending a lot of time with family and friends lately. I bought a cabin 30 miles south of Canada. I hear you. Fate, that's what I did. I stepped out for 6 or 7 weeks. I think you and I, over the years, have had phone conversations, and it's right along. I took my own advice. Fate is I just stepped out, right? Prioritize what's important to me, right? Prioritize, and the number one thing is family, and my own, my own peace of mind, my own sanity, my own whatever. And I stepped away, and basically, I'm not stepped away. I walked away, and it's only been today that I decided to go live again. And I'm amazed I'm still alive right now. I'm 2 hours or 2.5 hours into this. I was planning on just doing an hour or whatever, but whatever. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey for me over the last 7 weeks. And it's nice to sit here and shoot the shit and talk and everything like that. My channel's dead. So no, Fate, that when you finally do go live again and things start going on, you're going to have to build your channel back up, or you're going to have to do a bunch of lives, a bunch of shorts, a bunch of shit to get yourself back into the algorithm, because right now my channel's flat as a board. But it's damn good to see you, man. I'm happy for you. Spend some time with your family, bought a cabin. Attaboy. Good for you, man. Very happy for you and your family. They need you. I know the life out there on that road, right? I know what it's like. I know how hard it is. I know how much you miss them. It's impossible for us to have a family and not miss our family. If you don't miss your family while you're on the road for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, there's something wrong with you, right? I miss my family. I miss I miss being home. And I don't have that problem because I don't drive trucks anymore, but hey, with a side of veggies. Yeah, actually, when I make her fish, that's double poisoning myself, Stephanie, right? That's like my body goes into toxic shock, right? Because I'll eat fish with a vegetable, and I don't mean mashed potatoes. What I usually do is when I make her fish, I do a variation of some kind of rice because I love rice, but I always put a vegetable, beans, whatever, Brussels sprouts, whatever. Like there's cauliflower at home. I'm gonna have to get into that. I'm not looking forward to it. Well, it is the same. It is the same. Go catch your own fish. It tastes way better. There's nowhere to catch fish out here, man. Right? This is a meat state, a meat province. There's no fish. There's no fishing out here. Well, there is, but I got to go miles to do it. This is Alberta. It's a beef province. Meat. Oh, hell no. You need to come down for a few lobsters, buddy. You know what? You can make lobster, or you can do up lobster, and I'll eat a little lobster tail, and I'll pick at the claws, but not a big lobster eater. Guys like, oh, I have the steak and lobster. No, just give me the steak. Keep the lobster. Same with I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat scallops. I don't eat oysters, mussels. I can make all this stuff. I can make it. I can prepare it for you, and you'll love it. It's, I can make it taste great, but I'm not eating it, man. Not eating it. Oh, fuck lobsters. Nah. T21, good to see you, brother. Holy smokes, your smile. Yeah, you like that? Finally got some chiclets. Oh, I've had them for a while. I just haven't been live for a while. I used to be flat as a board, and then I got implants. Well, how you get them is entirely up to you. I took a step back from streaming and figured out what I really wanted. A lot of people need to do that. I unsubscribed and I got away from all of the people that are on YouTube that are sitting out there spilling their dirty laundry and the messes, and I hate to use the word, but the drama. I unsubscribed from all of them, right? I don't want to watch somebody live and they're sitting there talking about their personal life and all the shit that's going to be, and then you're looking in the chat and they're going, well, you're a pussy, you're an idiot, fuck you, you're stupid, this is that. They're like, No. YouTube for me is not somewhere that you bring your personal life. Now, if you've got a self-help channel and you're some kind of guru like that, fine. But if you're doing what we're doing here, talking about my personal life is not what I put this channel together for. It's not. This channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only. It's not out here for me to tell you all about my business, how much money I make, what I do, how I do it, my personal life, who I'm married to, who I'm divorced from, who I'm hooked up with, who my girlfriend is, what my girlfriend does, where my kids are. That's none of anybody's business. If I choose to share that, then that's fine, right? But that's not what I put this channel together for. I put this channel for originally to talk trucking, show trucking videos, driving videos, short shit like that. And then it kind of changed. And now we do other things, but that's what it's for. That's what it's for. It's not here for me to sit here and talk about all my personal shit or your personal shit, right? Or your personal life or your personal business or your finances or your sex life or your nothing. That's not what this is here for. Eat bacon and cheese makes any vegetable taste good. Car wash guy, Ryan, I agree. I put cheese on I'm not lying. I won't lie to you. If I'm eating a vegetable, it's usually got some kind of cheese sauce on it, or I've got it slathered in garlic butter. You're missing out big. No, I'm not. You keep that. But liquid smoke is magic. Dude, I'm not eating it. I'm not going to say I'm not eating scallops. I've tried it. Right? I've tried eating scallops. I don't like it. I've tried eating scallops in different variations, prepared different ways. I don't like it. Same with shrimp. Same with most seafood. I don't like it. It doesn't do anything for me, right? So why eat it if I'm not going to enjoy it? Vegetables, same thing. I can't. Like peas. Fucking watching somebody eat a plate of peas, I have to leave the table pretty much. When I was on the road, I used to hook up with Jeremy all the time. We'd go for dinner, and every fucking meal, the guy would have peas and watching him eat peas is like, it's like, why? It's like, I'm grossed out by watching somebody eat peas. Same with I don't like the taste of peas or beans or cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, turnip, parsnip. Ugh! Ugh! It's fucking gross. And I've tried it all. I've eaten it all. I just don't like it. So I just happen to be one of those guys that I'm a carnivore, man. I like meat of just about every type of meat, right? And I like potatoes. Sorry, mashed, fried, whatever, scalloped, whatever. Give me potatoes, fish and chips and mushy peas. Okay, you're losing your fucking. You keep talking like that, you're gonna lose your mod. You're gonna lose your mod. But yeah, but potatoes. I eat potatoes wise. I eat carrots, corn, and potatoes. Really, that's about it. So I will eat that. But anything else, I have to either drip sauce on it, fucking garlic it. I have to make it taste like anything other than what I'm eating. And even then, it's still a mind fuck for me because I got to get my thinking around the fact because I know that I'm eating a piece of broccoli. It doesn't matter how much cheese sauce you put on it. You know it's a piece of broccoli. Whatever. Still looking forward to the return of the cigars. That is going to be a new adventure, trying to learn to smoke a cigar with these. I've not tried it yet, and I'm going to try it. Yeah, looking forward to trying that. Been a while, right? I had to get off the cigars so I could get these, right? Because I was puffing so hard on the cigars that it inflames your gums so hard when you got no teeth. That you can't get a true fitting for these. So I had to stop smoking cigars for a while. Well, now that I've got them and everything's all settled and I've had to take them in and get them, adjusted and all that kind of crap. And all that is done. I can go back to smoking cigars again. So, but I know for a fact I'm going to be putting a cigar in my mouth and I'll be like falling out of my mouth or whatever. Smoking a cigarette wasn't so hard, right? With the teeth. That took about 5 seconds to adapt to that. Cigars can be a different story. I can live on potatoes. So can I, Corey. So can I. we got a couple of friends in town, a really good couple, and we go to their place. They love to feed us for some reason, and every time we go there, she makes a different variation of some potatoes. She knows I love potatoes, and every time we go there, man, I mean, like, Victoria's gonna roll me out the door because I have overdone it on potatoes. Oh my God. And she does potatoes of what do we have the other night we did. It's like a restaurant, right? It's like a restaurant over there. But the other night she did scalloped potatoes. Oh my God! Like, she made a great big baking dish of scalloped potatoes. There was 5 of us eating. Each person got a little portion, and Brian got the rest. I've gotten into cigars. Okay, Brian, fried steak, potatoes, and fried mushrooms. Um, bacon steak, bacon steak, fried potatoes, and fried mushrooms. Yes, yes, yes. And the mushrooms I'll do if I do it with a garlic butter. If you do, I'll do sauteed mushrooms, and I will do that on my steak, but it's got to be sauteed with red onions and a real hard garlic butter. I will eat that, but only if I make it. Jason Brophy, good to see you, man. Hope is all well, my Alberta brother. Calgary is with us. Damn good to see you, man. Well, you know where I'm at. I'm just 45 minutes down the road from you. So do you have a flip top head now? Flip top head now? Flip top head now? I don't know what you're talking about. Flip top head now. Dodie, do you have a brain fart, Dodie? I don't know. I don't know what a flip top head now is. Please elaborate. Potato are like Bubba talking about shrimp. Bake them, mash them, fry them. Oh, absolutely. Chicken fried steak is where it's at. I don't mind it as long as the gravy is good. Jason, you got to know what I'm talking about. You got to have really, really good gravy, right? If it's just some cheap shit fucking gravy, I won't eat it. Gravy makes chicken fried steak, is what makes it. Sam Wise from Lord of the Rings knows potatoes. I've never watched a single movie, Lord of the Rings movie. Not one. I've started making a mashed potato pie with cheese, onions, garlic, and crushed cheese in the crust. Yeah, okay. You had me at started making mashed potato pie. You didn't have to add the rest of it. You already had me. There you go. We make baked potato pie for Christmas every year. Oh, guys, like, love potatoes. That's me. Okay, I like them. I like doing roasted. I did roasted potatoes the other night. They turned out good. Do a nice roasted potato, fried potatoes. What did we do yesterday for breakfast? I did like a hash brown, but it was shame on me. Shame on me. I bought the store-bought, already shredded. You know those fucking ones. Nah. I'll go back to shredding my own potatoes and doing it the old school way. Ugh. Big mistake. If you're a potato freak and you're a potato guy and you like eating potatoes with everything, and you do the shredded hash browns, they call it, or the shredded potatoes, and you put them in the pan and fry them. Oh, these were horrible. You can tell that the potatoes were starched and chemicals were added, and yeah. I thought I'd take a swing at it. It was one of those, I had a moment of weakness and bought it and tried it, and never again. Never again. Sam Surrey, good to see you. Says David Beckham. Okay. Chicken fried bacon with barbecue sauce and ranch. Oh, dude, yeah. I like bacon wrapped anything. Bacon wrapped chicken, bacon wrapped steak, bacon wrapped, fuck you, I don't care what it is. Wrap this thermos in good Canadian bacon. I'll take a swing at it. Our hash browns are different than yours? Oh, probably. Think it's funny this chat can have 30-minute conversations about two things, potatoes and decks. Yeah, well, we haven't even got onto the size of your deck yet there. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Look who's here. Look who's here. Miss Karen Brown is here. Hi, Kidling. You probably don't remember, but when you were a babe, whenever I peeled potatoes for dinner, you would eat them. You loved them so much. I still do. I still do. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Mama, well, I was going to say Mama Wheel Burner, but in this case, she is Grandma Wheel Burner, and even in this case, she is Great Grandma Wheel Burner. So, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Grandma Wheel Burner. And she is absolutely correct, and I know exactly what she's talking about. My mom used to peel potatoes, and I would steal like some of the smaller ones, cut them in half, and then I'd grab the salt shaker and I'd eat them raw. Loved raw potatoes. Still do. Still love raw potatoes. Can't help it. Can't get it out of my head. Can't get it out. It's just one of those things. Love raw potatoes. Although they are so bad for me. You know, when you are young and you're a young kid, you can eat just about anything, right? The starch, but if I was to eat raw potatoes now, the starch coming out of there, holy shit, man. Good afternoon, Granny Wheel Burner. There we go. Texas State Fair Classic. Love potatoes. Know what I've never done? I've never deep fried a potato. I think I'm gonna get like a couple of small potatoes, peel them up and deep fry them and see how that works. It's when your dentist readjusts your jaw so you can flip the top part of your head back wide open. I don't have that problem. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but he did not have to readjust my jaw. The denturist that I went to that put this all together was actually really good. And the people he had working for him was really, really good. So I have not had any problems with these teeth yet. Not yet. Like I said, I'm still learning to use them. It's only been 4 or 5 weeks since I've had them. I'm still learning to use it. I didn't enjoy wearing the peas and carrots you spit out at me. Well, everybody here knows that Brian does not eat vegetables, and I don't eat fish. Very rarely do I eat fish or vegetables. And anybody that wants to know the odds on his truth, she's right there. My mother is sitting right there, and she will attest to you that I don't eat. Even as a kid, broccoli, cauliflower, turnip, Brussels sprouts, fucking anything that was grown as a root and came out and she put on my plate, it didn't get eaten, or it got onto the floor and the dog got it. I will not, and to this day still don't eat vegetables. And let's be honest, I never spit them at you. Not like went, oh, this is terrible, spit them at you. Are you kidding? If I'd have done that, I would have landed fucking on the back of my head when I got pushed off the chair. Or she would have pulled out the wooden spoon, right? I don't know about the rest of you guys. As long as she's here, I'm going to tell all her secrets about how she used to beat the shit out of me when I was little, right? Now, in my parents' house, we had this plastic drawer above the sink. And in there, my mom used to keep like spatulas and shit like that, but she kept the ever dangerous wooden spoon. So whenever me and my brother Glenn would fuck something up, or we'd get on our nerves, or she'd usually be on the phone with one of her sisters, and the two of us be running around just causing havoc, we knew shit was going sideways when we heard that fucking drawer open, because out would come the wooden spoon. And for years, Glenn and I would dread that wooden spoon, and that spoon would come out, and you would have paddle marks, like fucking wooden spoon paddle marks, from the bottom of your ass cheek all the way up to the top or the bottom where your spine connects, because she didn't care where she connected as long as she connected, right? And it was brutal. So that was the wooden spoon. That was the wooden spoon. There was the kick under the table. My mom was always famous for that. You'd be eating your dinner, you say something ridiculously stupid or fucking whatever, and you get that shot. And she always managed to get me right in the kneecap. Absolutely, just like fucking, it's no wonder I need, knee replacements. It's not because I was a badass riding this and doing that. It's because my mother used to kick me under the fucking table so hard that she'd dislocate my knees. I call a spatula a spanker until I was 12. Dude, I am right there with you. I am right there with you. We had deep fried Thanksgiving dinner too. Cranberry sauce and turkey, breaded stuffed turkey. Oh, I'd love to have I've never done a deep fried turkey. I've heard it's fantastic though. Bob and I just went to the fish market and bought fresh salmon, perch, and lobster tails. You know what? You're disgusting. That's disgusting. I will eat salmon only because Victoria eats salmon and I cook it for her. And I'll make a small piece for myself. And that's the only reason I will eat it. But no, I'm not eating salmon. Perch? Are you out of your freaking mind? I'll make you perch. I'll prepare it for you and cook it for you and serve it to you, but I'm not eating it. Absolutely fucking not. Did you beat some sense into him? Well, what do you think? Look at me. Does it look like she beat some sense into me? Black and blue wood grain marks. Dodie, absolutely. Absolutely. And if that wasn't bad enough, all right, if that wasn't bad enough, if my brother and I got beyond what my mother could do, right, with the wooden spoon, it was the, you little fuckers, and that's what we were, the little fuckers. You little fuckers wait until your father gets home. Well, my dad was a cop, right? Now, anybody know, like, everybody ever taken a good look at a police officer at that belt that they wear? It's technically, it's like a utility belt, right? And that's where they've got their holster, their cuffs, all their shit on it and everything like that. Now, let me tell you, when that belt came off, you were praying to die before you got taken out with that, right? You were praying to die before you got hit with the belt. Oh, the Batman belt, right? Absolutely, HK, the Batman belt. Holy fuck. Like, the thing was that thick. How he'd even be able to bend it to get it to whoop you with. Holy mackerel. You knew you were in shit when that belt came off. Whew, big time. And I think there was the wooden spoon was the beginning. Like, you knew you were in shit when you got the wooden spoon. You knew you were in deep shit, right, when the belt came off. The worst, okay, is my grandparents owned a lot of land, and they used to have a farm. And we used to go up to the farm in the summers, or we'd go to the trailer in Wasaga Beach or whatever we were doing. But we'd go up to the farm, and you knew you had fucked royal. This is the epitome of you're done, is when your father or your grandfather looks at you, right? Now, usually my grandfather, there's weapons or firearms laying around as well. Now, don't get me wrong, my grandfather never shot at us. He probably should have, but he never did. But you knew you were in shit when your grandfather or your father would look at you and say, son, go over to the forest and pick yourself out a switch. Now, those of you who don't know what a switch is, it's a branch, right? It's a branch. But it's not like a branch, like a hard branch. It's like when you think of Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Where he had that bullwhip, and that's what a switch is. Now, when you had to go out and pick yourself a switch, just so you could get your own ass beating, your own ass whipping, you knew that you screwed up. Big time. And you couldn't come back with no little, because he'd send you back out or he'd go out and pick one for you, right? So yeah, when you had to go out and pick your switch. Now, when you got your ass whipped with one of those, because it would hit you, right? Because usually my dad or my grandfather, they'd hold you by the back of the scruff of the neck and literally like hold you up off the ground or as much as they could. And then they start. The switch would hit you across the ass, but the tip of it would whip around and catch the front of you, right? So you were getting your back and your front whipped at the same time. None of us, it didn't matter whether it was me, Glenn, Carol, Michael, didn't matter, any of us. You didn't sit down for about 4 hours after you had one of those. Oh my God. My old man would flat out punch us in the head. Well, my old man would never. Your dad had a thick belt too, eh, Jody? Everybody seemed to have a dad that had one. My dad wouldn't hammer you with a closed fist, right? He knew better than that. He knew. I think partially he knew that by the size of me and my brother, eventually we were going to grow up and be bigger than him. And if he started hitting us with a closed fist, it was going to come back to him, and it did. But at the end of the day, he never hit us with a close, but it was not uncommon to take the back of the hand, right? You'd get the back of the hand either up the side here or the side here. Very rarely would he hit you here or here. Occasionally he would, or you'd get the front of the hand up the back of the head, and it would knock you off the stool. It would knock you right off the fucking chair. He'd hit you. It would be like, what? Bam! And you'd be gone. That was always good. That was always good. Being 4 years old and being told to go get your own Switch. Oh, dude, let me tell you. That was a mind fuck too, eh? Right? That was a mind fuck, tell you. You have to go out and pick your own weapon that they're going to beat you with. Yee. Karen Manthorm, good to see you. Long time no see, sweetheart. Mind you, again, it's been me. I've been gone for 7 weeks, but good to see you. Hope you and Alan are well. I would imagine by now you're probably out east. I knew where you were going with that, but can you even see the comment? Oh, I got you. Yep, a Switch better to get the right one or it's doubled. Oh, absolutely. You never came back with a shitty Switch. Oh, dude, I'm telling you. He reads the comments one by one and takes his time. I'm in no hurry here. So, yeah. My dad used a ratchet strap. Sometimes that hurt. No. My parents were very particular about the weapons that they used to discipline us with, right? Mom had the wooden spoon, Dad had the police belt, and Dad and the grandfather had the switch, the tree switch. They gave up using their hands. Like my mom at a young age with both me and my brother, you know, she'd smack us with her bare hand and it hurt her more than it hurt us. So she stopped doing that, right? Why? You know, she's whacking away at fucking 200 miles an hour. And we're sitting there laughing, right? So that's when the wooden spoon got in. But I was the stepson with 3 younger siblings. I was the oldest. I am the oldest. Now, out of all the cousins, I've got a lot of cousins. I'm the second oldest. But when it came to like my side of the family, like my dad's side of the family, just me and my brother, actually, just my parents, I'm the oldest son. So I usually caught the worst of it. My brother Glenn was a pretty good observer. He learned what not to do. Right? Okay, Bri did this, got his ass whooped. Bri did that, got knocked off the stool for that one. Bri did this, Bri said that, you know. So Glenn was pretty smart. He didn't take as many ass rippings as I did. But a lot of that was my own fault. Right? Like I was mouthy. I'm still mouthy. Right? But I was mouthy as a little kid. So I took the worst of it. Really, I did. We are doing good, but not moved yet. Hoping to get home for a month soon and start looking for a place. There you go. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Want him to live without me? Sorry, man. I missed a process that shit. My dad has used a CB antenna as well when we knew. CB antenna would be along the same lines as that getting a Switch, because it'll wrap around you. That was the worst part. Your ass hurt, but when it would come around and it would hit you like right in here, right where your pocket is, like where your jeans, when you're wearing a pair of jeans, where your pocket is, holy fuck, let me tell you. A good dad could take that. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, right? We always thought by the time he got the belt off, we'd be out of range. Nope. He managed to do that pretty goddamn quick. You get that belt off and you get your ass kicked pretty quick. But like I said, like, I don't know if he got smarter as he got older, because at some point it kind of slowed down, because as my brother and I got older, we got bigger. And by the time I was 16, 17, I was bigger than he was. And I was stronger physically than he was. My father was a fairly strong man. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't by any means a weak man, or physically, my father was a fairly strong man. But by the time I was 17, I was bigger. I was the same height as I am now. And I was bigger, heavier, and stronger than he was. And I was athletic. And, the day came that he put me against the wall like this. And that day came where I just literally took his hands and I just went, nah, we're not doing this no more. And I think that was the light that came on for him. And from that day forward, he never put a hand on me again. Just only because he knew that, if he threw a shot, there was two coming back. So that's kind of like the weird, like my father's story, but whatever. Greg Atchison, good to see you, Greg. Long time, brother. Long time. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Been like I said, been about 7 weeks since I've been on YouTube or been around. I've been taking care of myself. I've been self-healing and taking care of myself. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a reflection of my watch. I'm sitting there going, what the hell is that? Right there. But it's the reflection of the watch. I'm screwing myself up here. I'm maybe thinking my dad's out there with a scope. Look out. My stepfather beat my ass with a switch with a bullet on the end of it. Ah, son of a bitch. The worst part was when you got a switch and there was a little bit of like, what do you call it? It's not a leaf, but it would be the very tip of it would like have unblossomed seedling or something in there. Holy fuck. That hurt. That hurt like hell. That hurt. Like I'm still sitting here right now going, ooh. Like that hurt. I'm glad to say that I've never, ever, ever done that to any of my kids. Never whooped an ass. Now that don't get me wrong. That don't mean that when the older ones were little, did they get a paddling on the ass? Yeah, but not to the point that they were black and blue, and not to the point where they were. And lesson learned. You don't paddle your kids. There's better ways to discipline your children without physically hitting them. Did it work for me? Probably, right? Getting my ass whooped. At least I knew where I stood. When it come to my mom and my dad and my grandfather and my grandparents, whatever, at least you knew where you stood, right? Today's day and age, you can go to any local grocery store and you can see kids carrying on. They probably should be getting their asses whooped that aren't. You can see that all over the place. That's not fucking hard to see. But are there different ways? Are there better ways to discipline your children today? Yeah, of course there are. And it doesn't mean the worst punishment for a kid these days is take away their phone. What does that say about us, eh? When the worst punishment that you can come up with is to take their phone. The fucking kid lit the kitchen on fire and burnt half the house down, and you're going to take their phone away. Right? Like, come on, really? Get a little harder here. Oh, Billy, give me your phone. Oh, Billy, go to your room. Yeah, you're going to get your ass kicked in a minute. I would also get my ass whooped because of things my stepbrother. Well, you know what, Karen? I can totally relate to that, okay? Because my brother and I are on very, very good terms today. I adore the shit out of my little brother, and I love him very much, and I live just 40 minutes with him, and I see him often, and we hang out, and da-da-da-da-da. But as kids, that devious little bastard, I know for a fact that I had my ass whooped more than once because of something that little prick did, and I caught hell for it. So I hear you. Karen, I totally fucking relate to that because I know for a fact I've taken an ass beating and gone, what did I do? Right? What did I do? I didn't do anything. And there's Glenn sitting in the room beside me, giggling his ass off. Now, don't get me wrong. He then got his ass kicked by me. I was always the older, bigger brother, and I had no problem manhandling the little bastard. So, you know. Afro Angel, good to see you. How the hell are you? Long time no see. Yeah, man knows how to take off a fucking strange reason. Now, you know, I'm the same way, right? I wear a belt, and I can get this, especially if I'm wearing 501s, right? If I'm wearing 501 Levi's, I can get this belt off faster than you can light a cigarette and get first haul into your mouth. Mom had a 2x2 piece of hardwood. She would crack us across the shoulders. Oh, dude, that's abuse. Obviously, she missed the shoulders once in a while, and you took one up the back of the head, didn't you? I can tell. 2-4, I can tell. I've spoken to you in person. I'm not saying that you're not right in the head, but dude, you're not right in the head. There's something wrong with you. My mom's slipper used to, no, my mother never hit us with slippers. She never hit us with slippers. We were usually at a range for a slipper. She never threw slippers at us either. She would occasionally chuck something at us. Right? I don't mean like your ex-wife used to throw shit at you, you know, but she would occasionally throw something at you. I don't mean knives, but if there was something within grasp and we were too far away, she'd chuck something at you. Never hit you. Right? Her aim, I'll give my mother credit, her aim was terrible. Right? Except with the wooden spoon. She's pretty deadly fucking accurate with that little cocksucker. But with an object, if she's throwing it at you, nah, she could never hit you. Same with my dad. My dad very rarely threw anything at. He'd throw you. I'm probably the only kid in history that's been thrown up a flight of stairs. Go figure that one out. Okay? I got thrown up a flight of stairs. And I'm not talking like 3 or 4 steps, like going up into your house or something like that. I'm talking your basement, going from your basement to the main floor. Our house as growing up as kids, it was a long and it was a steep stairs going up and down. I don't know. There had to be 20, 25 steps. I've been thrown up that. I got thrown probably 6 steps up and then come up behind you and throw you up another 6 and then throw. And by the time you got to the top of the landing, you looked like fucking, you know, Daffy Duck after he had his head blown off. Oh, it was ridiculous. Alan's mom would pound him with an extension cord. Thank God we didn't have extension cords, right? Thank God there was not a lot of extension cords around our house. There might have been one out in the garage, but it was not fucking close enough for anybody to grab. Because an extension cord would be probably even worse than taking a switch. We used to get whipped with the Hot Wheels rubber tracks. Oh, dude, that's barbaric. That's barbaric. Hot Wheels tracks, yeah, holy crap. 1034 exercise, leg exercises. You going to get some exercise? Oh man, Hot Wheels tracks. I never took it from Hot Wheels tracks. Never. No, I'll be honest. My mom and dad and anybody that was whooping mine and Glenn's ass, they were pretty good about the weapons they used. Right now, mind you, my dad was a cop, so he knew, you know, he didn't want to be sending his kids to school black and blue and have to answer any questions. So, you know, he was pretty precise, he had some pretty good precision in where he was laying the ass whooping to you. We never went to school like with black and blue arms or black eyes or anything like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, he could smack you in the back of the head and knock you off your chair. So I went to school fucking dizzy a few fucking years. But for punishment, once my dad made me go up on the roof of a 15-high-foot trailer in high winds and a thunderstorm. That's sick. Funny as fuck. I'd never think of that. He should have made you stand up there with a coat hanger. Yeah, hold it up. Or an umbrella. Hold up that umbrella. No, don't open it. Just hold it up. That's a mind fuck. Especially out here in Alberta, right? We got some of the most beautiful lightning storms out here that you've ever seen in your life. And yeah, we got good bolts of lightning flashing around. You ever want to fuck somebody up, stand them on top of their house with a fucking lightning rod. Fly swatter was my sister's windows locked for crank windows. My sister's windows locks for crank windows. What? A fly swatter was my sister's windows locks for crank windows. Ryan, there's something in the water down there. There's something in the water down there. Yeah, no shit, eh? 2-4? Stand on top of a 15 high foot trailer in high winds in a thunderstorm. No thanks. Well, honestly, if somebody's gonna do that, I'd think that maybe I'd be smart enough to just lay down. Right? Just fucking lay down. What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna come up after you? Fuck no. At least my parents wouldn't. I'm glad they never thought of that though. My dad would have probably tried it. Umbrella under the table. I've never obviously been hit by lightning or anything like that, but it is something that I am fearful of. Only because as a young child, me and my cousin Michael were at the trailer one time, and we were in the bathroom, like not the trailer, like it had the park had a bathroom, a brick little, and we were in the bathroom, and we just finished washing our hands, and there was no rain, but there was thunder and lightning going off. And as Michael and I were walking out the bathroom, probably about 25 foot away, it split a tree right in front of us. And that scared the shit out of me so bad that for years, I was terrified of fucking lightning. And I'm talking, I might have been 8 or 9, something like that. So, yeah, lightning is something that I'm very, very wary about. If there's a real hard lightning storm going on, dude, I'm sitting in a car. I'm sitting in a fucking car. If we rolled the windows down the window, she had a fly swatter for extra reach. It's funny, eh? You know how this is my brother and I. My parents had one of those old station wagons. What was it? An Oldsmobile. Fucking it was green with the wood paneling, but it had the 3 level seats. It had the 2 front seats, the big bench back seat, and then at the very, very back of the station wagon, it had the flip up seat that you could look out the back of the window. And whenever we were going on a longer trip, my brother and I would always sit in the back because we were out of reach. Because if we sat back here, right, into this seat, my father and my mother, somehow or another, could fucking come around and give you a whack while they were driving. So Glenn and I would always sit in the back. And of course, we're back there causing all sorts of shit, right? We're mooning cars, we're giving people fingers, we're cussing, swearing, all that. And at least they couldn't get us. Not from there. We'd have to wait until we got where we were going. Then by then they forgot about it and everything was good. And we didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, we always did that. It was when my dad had so many fucking fucked up cars. He had a Lada. What a piece of crap that was. He had an old Maverick. What a piece of crap that was. But the fact was, sitting in the back seat, parents could get at you, right? They could get at you with, bam, I hated that. Red car, Ferrari. I think Ferraris look good in red. I think red is probably the best color, the best known color for Ferraris. My personal opinion is red on a Ferrari. Yeah, Lambos, yellow. Canary, like that canary yellow, Lambo yellow. Love them. For my brother got locked in a reefer trailer once for punishment. That's cruel. That is cruel. I'm back. Stephanie, you're back. Chicken Hawk was here. He came in, he made his hellos, and I think he buggered off. He might still be listening. I don't know. But he was here. My ex locked me out of our home in a lightning storm and left me out in it. Now I'm scared of lightning. Well, that would do it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of lightning. I like to sit on the porch or like stand in the door of the house when there's a real nice like thunder and lightning storm going. And out in Alberta, you'll get those, right? They're rolling storms, but there's no rain, right? So the sky, especially at night, the sky will light up and you'll get that crack. But there's no rain. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But if you think I'm going out and standing in it in the middle of the road, you're out of your fucking mind. I ain't doing that. I will stand inside and watch, or I'll sit in a car and watch a nice lightning storm, but I'm not going out. Just from that one incident where my cousin Michael and I were that close to it. That was enough to scare the shit out of me. So I'm not a big fan of it. I respect it. I have a very healthy respect for lightning. Got to go, Brian and company. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to thumbs up. Absolutely. Thank you, Dodie. Great to see you. I will check my settings and make sure that I know the notifications are on, but I'll make sure that they're on so that I see everything that you're doing, and it's not just that I'm not just a dead sub. So I'm sorry that if you've been going live and I haven't been there. That's the type of Stormy locked you out in, and you let this asshole live. I'm telling you right now, if somebody did that to me, they wouldn't be breathing today. And I'd be just beating the fuck out of them just out of fear. That'd be a fear-driven homicide. That'd be murder. That'd be fucking murder. I'd kill somebody if they did that to me. Lacking Inches. Nice name. Not a problem I suffer from, but okay. Oh my. Taz says hi. Good to see you, Taz. Well, boys and girls, it's about that time. It's 10:45 my time. I've been out here a couple of hours now, almost 3 hours, I guess. When I finally got in, he paid hell. I don't doubt it. A good East Coast girl like you reach for the first weapon you can get your hands on, or you bare knuckle them. Yeah, knowing you, Karen, you pounded the living piss out of him. Anyway, you know what, guys? Thanks for hanging out. It's been, like I said, it's been a long 7 weeks. I've been gone. It's been great to hang out with you and see everybody and shoot the shit. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to be going live every day or anything like that, but you know what? We'll come back to doing some more lives and get this going and just stop in and say hello and say hi and shoot the shit and do a little bullshitting and talking and talk about lightning. Susie made pizza with Iron Brew. Is there anything that she doesn't do with Iron Brew? Like when you're making love to her, is she drinking Iron Brew? Probably. Cheap shot. Sorry, Craig Rat. Anyway, fuckers, I'm gonna go now. I'm sitting here doing the pee-pee dance, and I gotta go. Tolga, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's great to see you, my friend. Same with you, Craig Rat. Ryan, appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Mama San, good to see you. I'm going to give you a call in a little bit. We're going to catch up. Yes, she does. Well, you know, you can't blame her. It's good. If I had to choose between making love to you and drinking Iron Brew, I'm drinking Iron Brew too. Maybe tomorrow. I'm making no promises, guys. I'm out here just for shits and giggles today. Really, I am. Just to see if I can get the mouth and brain to work at the same time. So with that, man, I'm going to go take off. I'm going to go take my dog. The sun's coming out, believe it or not. So I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. I don't know. Watch a little Netflix. Got the house to myself. Why not? Anyway, we'll see you down the road, boys and girls.